hello. I, as always, am your humble dungeon master, Francisca. My pronouns are she, her, and welcome to episode 16 of the Blue Lamp. Little, this here little D&D campaign that we're running for a while. Today, with some new face. With a new face.
All
Now, before we get into the session proper, let us go. Thank you, Andrew. Do you want to start?
No.
Andrew,
Is the volume low on
What's your
Siska?
character?
What? How?
Fucking god. Andrew, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Anyway, Andrew, who are you? What's your pronouns? And talk a little bit about your character, huh?
Huh? Well, I am Antir, pronouns he, him. I play Seseti, also pronouns he, him. And I'm a himbo. And I died last session, funnily enough.
You died yesterday.
I got better.
You got better? Oh, that being said, Coolster, you spoke up next. That puts you on the spotlight. Talk a little bit about yourself, your pronouns, and character basics.
Hi, hello, it's me, the problem, or just a flan enjoyer. In real life, I'm Coolsty, she, her, and on D&D, I'm Stacy, also she, her. And she has a little draconic secret the group doesn't know, but she's also a good keeper of secrets. So far. Dum dum dum.
Who knows if you may ever be bribed with anything that might be resembling flan?
Who knows?
Coming to our last old player, Algernon, talk about yourself and Xiomara, why don't you?
Hi, I'm Algernon, they, them. I'm totally cool and normal, and I play Xiomara, also they, them. Also totally cool and normal. Nothing going on with that person. No, thank you. God. Yeah. There's so much has happened.
We don't need to get into all of that now. You can leave that up to me if you like. Algernon, why don't you tell me what you're sipping on tonight?
Well, I'm sipping on the Monster Energy Lewis Hamilton Zero Sugar, best Monster Energy drink out there, in my opinion. And water.
Nice.
Voila.
Well, there's no accounting for taste. Either way, I'm very happy to have you with me once more time. Same as Danny. Talk about yourself a little bit, why don't you? How are you doing?
Alright, as said, my name's Danny, pronouns she, they. Quite a bit has happened with Flora. You know, she's doing her thing. You know, trying to keep on, and her pronouns are she, her.
Absolutely excellent. Now, for the first time ever on this here little stream, I have the severe pleasure of welcoming Max and Kieran. Introduce yourself and your little... And don't introduce your character just yet. We can save that for later.
Okay. Hey, name's Maxi, pronouns are they, them. I am a streamer, artist, author, game designer, person wearing many, many hats. Hello there. I'm looking forward to playing Dungeons and the Dragons today. I'm going to be playing a character. Don't worry about them. They're just temporary while I finish making my second character, who's a goblin who rides a car.
Abso-fucking-notly. Anyway, last we were off, this party successfully and questionably. Antia, you don't have to interrupt me all the time.
Sorry.
You can give me like a little time, okay? I was getting momentum here anyway. What was I?
Yeah, no, last session was pretty chill.
Nothing
Success, guys.
You know, like in anime, they have like an episode where they go to the beach. It was kind of like that.
They went to the beach. If by beach you mean the super tightly secured vault of the Archmage, their formerly trusted ally, now being brought into question by their former student Xiomara. They successfully broke in and managed to locate the lamp, but were apprehended at the last moment by the Archmage themselves, paralyzing them and forcing them back into the bedchamber. Of course, something else had happened, which is that Cesari, our good friend, was died and had his soul destroyed, but was mysteriously brought back to life. We'll just have to pick up where we left off there. But first, as you can see, the blood moon has arisen over moon-scorched Rugilius.
All the enemies have respawned. No.
Well, dredging through a wasteland of demon corpses, you can feel a bone crush under your feet. You barely feel it anymore, barely having any feeling in your limbs at all. The only thing that carries you forward is your will, your sword, and the blue moon that looms ahead. Your target is very close now, Omni. And why don't you describe your character for us?
Omni is as ancient as time. Their pronouns are any and all, by the way. Omni is a child of the moon, descendant of the goddess Selene herself. Leader, captain of the forces of heaven, who has been on a long campaign against the forces who threaten the balance of nature itself. The creatures who look upon the waxing and waning of the moon and despair. Omni is relatively short. They had to pay a price to live such a long life, and their height was the price to pay. They have a relatively lean body, made for war and for fighting. Their clothes are nothing but tatters, torn up cloak. They're barefoot. The only thing on them that gleams is their blue eyes and their sword, Eclipse.
As you look down upon your sword for reassurance, you hear the familiar voice in your head. We're very close now, Omni. Just a few more steps. Can sense it. You crest a small crater made up both of the scorched earth and the scorched corpses of demons. It's hard for you to tell at this point. Sky and ground are starting to look very much the same once you split everything with gore. In the center of the crater huddles a little creature. Cradling appears to be a strange lantern. She looks up, looks at you in horror.
To think that so much has been done over such a little thing. I raise my sword.
She looks at you, and you can see now that in eyes widening, she possesses 3 of them. Yet another corruption by the abyss that you will be sure to wipe out. Give me an initiative roll, please.
You got it. Now it's not because it's not because I'm stupid. But for that is a dexterity roll. Am I correct?
That is d20 plus dexterity modifier. That is correct.
Perfect. That would be a d20 plus 3. Would that show on the stream? The dice rolling on the stream.
Oh,
Very
fudge!
nice.
I forgot about that.
We can take care of that later. Don't worry.
Yeah. No biggie. That is a 13, Dungeon Mother.
Before you can bring your sword down.
Perfectly average.
Before you can bring your sword down upon the little creature that stares at you now, the lamp shatters with a blinding blue light, and you're surrounded once more by ancient arborists. Particularly tall ones, seemingly an amalgam of snake bodies, a central big yellow eye staring upon you, cackles in its abyssal dialect and says, "Foolish little moonspoon. You can't kill chaos without killing yourself." It lunges to attack at you. Please give me another initiative roll.
You got it. D20 plus 3 coming right up, boss. And that is a 7. Omni has been so worn out from the constant onslaught, from the constant slaughter of demons up until now. Maybe they grew a little too confident. They thought this would just be over with one slash of their sword.
Perhaps. Yet a slash is all it takes. They get a good pommel into you, sending you back several meters, but you get to your ground soon enough and slicing them all up. is small business for you. Demons are slain. Before you now lies the little reptilian figure, still clutching that cursed lamp.
I take a step closer to it. You know, my feet sinking slightly into the ground. You know, it's piles upon piles of blood and gore from all the demons that have been slayed. I look at it closer. What does it look like?
Reptile like the other ones, only this one a little bit more serpentine, perhaps. You can see instead of 2 legs, her torso actually has a long snake tail. 2 arms clutching that lamp, as well as a third one growing out just underneath her right one. Her head resembles that of a cobra, and instead of 2 eyes, it has 3. She has no expression on her face except terror.
She's defenseless. Lest for whatever threat might arise from the lantern, she is defenseless, isn't she?
Correct.
Omni kneels down, looking at her closely, and speaks to themselves. Back in heaven, I would look down upon this material realm and I would see the little people. The little mortals walking about, chopping wood, building houses, trying to carve their living out of this forsaken world. And I would look at them and think, I wonder what they think about. What's it like to be one of them? To live such fleeting lives?
A little
Omni gets
croak
up.
comes out of her
Ooh.
throat. Suppose you'll soon find out, you bastard. Give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
You got you got it. A dexterity saving throw, that includes my proficiency, does it not?
If you're
Correct!
proficient.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a +5, baby. 14.
The lamp once again shatters with a bright blue light, but this time the heat that comes with it is unbearable. You can feel your body being scorched. Everything turns to nothing for a moment. When you come to, you're on your knees, kneeling in the sand and viscera, the scorched remains of what used to be. The creature lying in front of you. The lamp shattered into 1,000,000 pieces. As you try to get up again to return to whatever you were doing before, now that you remember, you don't feel your leg. You don't feel much of anything, really. Your skin has been scorched to a crisp.
The little creature gone.
It would seem so, Omni. But you don't look much better, friend.
Oh, I will be fine. Eclipse.
You will not.
For how long have we
Listen.
been doing this?
Must have been nearly 2,000 years now.
I thought.
How many demons we slain? It seems they've finally gotten the better of us, Omni. There's not many ways you can get out of this one unless you listen to me
Oh.
now.
Yes, Eclipse.
I can save you. Save you until a kindred spirit finds us and maybe restores us to our old glory. We have saved this plane like as not. Though we could not save ourselves.
It really is so bad, isn't it? I finally start feeling the pain in my limbs, in my body. I've been pushing it away for so long. It finally starts hitting me.
Celestial blood starts gushing out of your chest, arms, your eyes, your ears, everything. Like bright glowing honey.
Eclipse.
Not quite as viscous. And you realize some black liquid as well. Black liquid that permeates the air. The ground below you, the vicar of demons.
I thought it would feel different, making it this far. I thought I would feel something, but it's the same. It's the same when Afi when we cut down Lucifer, it doesn't end, does it?
The
And let
only
it stop for
victory.
now. Let us hibernate for now. Eclipse. Let us sleep for now.
You grab your sword for one last time. This life will probably be the easiest to take, for it is your own.
There is one
Goes-
monster left on this hill. And for now, that monster sleeps.
It goes in without much problem. Everything turns to nothing. You wake up lying on the ground of a big old vault. There's a big dome ceiling above you, and there's a strange creature kneeling next to you, looking down at you. And what they're saying is, "Oh, that's just fascinating."
My head is ooh. Okay, Maxi the player is like, ooh, cutie. Omni, Omni. You say I'm. How high is the ceiling in this place? Does it feel claustrophobic, or does it feel like I should, be getting like a nice breath of fresh air?
You can see the room from what you can tell. Your sight is still a little bit blurry. But from wall to wall, with what mobility you have, it is like really spacious in here. And you can see there's strange like coffers and wardrobes and other kind of display cases. It seems like somebody was storing magical curiosities. It seems almost too much to take in the moment.
Is the
And you can see yes.
is the floor tile? Is it carpet? What do I feel when I touch
It
the
is
floor?
What you feel is a mixture of marble and maybe chalk or charcoal, as though somebody had drawn on it. You realize now maybe this was a ritual. You look upon the creature above you, noticing it to be some kind of humanoid. There's something is strange about it. You look up at your chest, lying, limbs spread out on your back in the middle of this ritual circle. Eclipse is still embedded in your abdomen. No, by all means, you may take it out.
Who are you?
Let's try to speak. Nothing more comes out than
Internally I say who are you, but externally I'm like noticing that for me it's been literally a blink of an eye, but I do recognize the pain that was previously on my limbs has been replaced with soreness, like a limb that you've been sitting on for far too long. Nonetheless, I the sword must be at my side, not in my chest. I place my hand on the hilt, on the handle of the sword.
Really, the blade, as you just messily take it out without trying to cut yourself.
Ah, yes.
Not
It is a
that
very long
Eclipse would
sword.
ever
It is
cut
true.
you. It comes out, immediately starts glowing with a bright blue. The creature once again saying, "Oh, that's fascinating. Do you understand me?"
Dungeon Mother. I do in fact speak common. I do want to say, that thematically speaking, Omni probably speaks in like the equivalent of like Old English, like an old version of the common language from like 1,000 years ago. I'm not gonna speak in thous and twases, but understand that
Aw.
within the fiction of the setting,
Aw.
that's that is what Omni sounds like within the fiction of the setting. But I do in fact understand this strange humanoid in their strangely clean clothes and ornate. Nothing like the heavens, of course. It's a pale reproduction of what could be made, in the halls of Selwyn,
Indeed.
but nonetheless.
As you see Eclipse start to glow and return to your hand, to your side, you slowly manage to get up. Give me an insight or perception check.
Ew, insight or perception. Two things that I don't have. Oh, do I take the -1 or do I take the -1, fellas? What do y'all think? I think I'll take the -1.
I think we have to vote.
Take the other one.
This is a 9.
9.
999.
Strange, you think?
Take the minus
Though
1.
perhaps it's just a residue for the battle past that. Sorry. Perhaps just a reminder of the battle past that Clip still feels in its. My dishwasher won't stop beeping. Holy shit, this
My
session is cursed.
dishwasher brings all the boys to the yard.
Be happy that it's not a printer.
So when is
You notice
when is
it
when
is
is it joining as a
strange.
character? You know, should we roll a character for the washing machine?
The chain points towards you, by the way.
Time
That's a
for a
little
dishwasher
off-stream
mimic.
reference.
Dishwasher mimic. Chains away. Have a nice day.
As you
please
come
go on.
to more slowly, you see there's another figure standing next to you. This one, a great deal taller, greyish skin and tusks, though the same regal-like clothes, something akin to a wizard's hat as the other creature is wearing. You can see she's holding a tray with some glasses and a pitcher on it, and she kneels down to you and offers you a glass of water as the other creature continues. Now, I wasn't quite sure what I'd expect from the great death of Regilius, Moonchild, Omni themselves. You're a great deal shorter than I expected, but in fairness, people think that about me too.
You're a short motherfucker.
Careful now, don't
Nobody
drink
likes
too
you.
fast.
Or
Thank you.
They do always make the statues a little larger than they ought to be.
Indeed. Indeed. Wow.
I
This
Omni looks around. I feel as though I've been misplaced. Who are you?
this reminds me. One moment. Beep bop beep bop.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Oh.
Showing everyone maybe what we're dealing with here.
That's me, baby.
Already in a straight jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
pretty.
got the trademark Gundam tattered cloak, by the way, for anybody who is wondering where that's from.
That's right.
Ooh.
In a few small words, the creature, which introduces themselves as Archmage Vico Hamau, explains to you that your sword has passed hands many, many, many times. And though the halcyon days of myth are long gone, they're not quite sure how long. Some experts say 5,000, some experts say 10,000 years. As you try to process all this, you get the feeling that they have a kind of quest for you. And we'll deal with that in a minute. A few hours
Star
earlier.
swipe.
Star Wars swipe. Seti, why did you give me a charisma saving throw?
Ooh. I immediately started with a saving throw. Nice. How does this work? I'm probably gonna send this to the wrong place. I didn't send it to the DD dice, didn't I?
Well, that's just fine.
I need to learn.
Seti, you find yourself once again in the void that you've been in before. There's an aching pain in your chest as though something is missing. Maybe you got punched in the chest real hard? You're not quite sure. You come to in the cot that your sister Incissa has prepared for you. A looming figure stands above you, looking at you. In the dim limelight of the lamps outside, you can barely make out the silhouette of a face. A bushy beard and long brown locks. And 3 yellow eyes looking down at you. Good morning, brother. Sleep well. As you try to answer, you realize that you don't have a voice. He takes out what appears to be a tiny goblin. Unconscious. He carries it with one hand, which seems strange since nobody should be able to carry anything with such levity. And before he can say anything, he snaps the goblin's neck. In horror, you watch as something stirs inside of you. And here, you remember before we even started this campaign, I showed you like a table I made?
Yes. I didn't remember the entries on them.
Well, if you look at Discord right now, I would like you to open this link
Oh.
and take a look at your new character feature.
Hot damn.
As a soulless, you realize now that however the Archmage brought you back, they did not bring you back whole. They did not bring you back right, but they did bring you back stronger.
Wait, what?
We can do. You can read through this slowly and say, "Oh my God," to yourself. First of all, I would like you to decide for me. Would you like to roll on the old table for Demonica, or would you like to roll on this new table I made here?
Oh,
New table, new table.
new table.
Okay, please give me 2d6. Or 1d6 twice.
Alright. Then
Dungeon Master, all these options say you become hotter?
Yep, sure do.
wait, even more?
4 and 6. So, you feel an incredible pain across your chest and another part of your body of your choice. A crack formed on a prominent area of the husk of your body, disfiguring you greatly. You gain advantage on intimidation checks. As a reaction, you can force creatures attacking you to make a DC 17 charisma save or become frightened at the end of your next turn.
Ooh.
That was your first d6. Second d6. Mark of the Void. A body part becomes replaced with a black, star-filled silhouette of the same body part. This body part cannot be used to cast spells, attack, or grapple creatures, but it can selectively pass through objects. Attacks against this body part always miss. Okay, so for one, I would like you to choose a body part that gets disfigured. Maybe your face, maybe like your chest, shoulder.
I was about to say, what if I do the face for 6? What if my face just becomes a star-filled silhouette?
We can do that if you like. However,
Dungeon Master, I have. Would becoming a stupidly ripped count as a disfiguration? Because you could just open your chest and just show them your 69 pack.
69.
we can do like. Okay,
Nice.
Ante, is the head your final choice?
For the Mark of the Damned, yeah.
Mark of the Damned, a disfiguring star is now cracking across your skull. Mark of the Void, you can choose anything from both of your legs to a pinky finger if you want.
The idea of both of my legs do sound fun. Like, imagine just making
If you want, you can also-
using my legs to pass through the floor at some point. It's like, whoop.
Now, there are downsides. You won't be able to cast spells with your legs anymore.
Yes.
Or do unarmed attacks with your feet. You don't have to decide this now. You can just contact me after the session. Either way, I would like you to take a good read and take to heart what stands written here. Among other things, I think you're gonna have to make some adjustments to your ability scores.
My character cheat, yeah.
I'm gonna leave that to you. As the scene continues, the figure says, "You'll need that, brother. Very well. I've been told you have a question for me." And Andrew, this is the thing we were talking about. You can speak, yes.
Yes. The prince has many morally ambiguous allies. What is his end goal?
The prince. Interesting. Well, isn't it like all princes that they want to become kings eventually? Only this old man has been kicking it for 112 years, and he doesn't seem to be intending to die anytime soon. So there must be something. What you look upon when you look upon Merauquas is a land of Philo will not abide by. And he thinks he can use the carrot and the stick to lead his nation into a place. He's hoping you can be the stick, I presume.
I try to ask more questions.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, it works. I was like, am I gonna get silenced now? What?
You can ask more. You can ask more questions like specifying what he just told you.
Why does he think that I would be his stick?
Look upon your hands, brother. They're not made for healing.
The figure shifts uncomfortably as you take in, looking at your abominable snake hands. Realizing that in the way of the monk, you've never really focused on healing anyone. That is true. Instead, you are focusing on making your body a weapon. Crude way of describing such a weapon would be stick, perhaps. They are certainly not a carrot.
I can be a pharmacist, not a pharmacist.
That is entirely up to you, brother. Very well. I will leave you to your rest, if that is all.
Thank you. But why do you call me brother?
He steps into the light, and you're not sure whether this is a dream now or not. A tall man with a long brown hair and bushy beard, and the 3 tired eyes. Bears your exact resemblance. He smiles tiredly and disappears.
I do like the idea of Dallas to use the mark of the void on my ear, so I can put my ear through a door or a wall and listen to the other side. That's actually very insanely.
And that sounds like a great idea. Maybe something we can talk about later.
Yeah.
How about this? Next time we come around to SETI, you can tell me what you want to do.
Thank you.
Right. Rotating all around the clock. Xiomara, you wake up in your chambers. What do you feel
Okay.
after the past night?
God, I feel like shit. Let's be honest.
What's wrong, baby?
So
Talk
You
to me,
can
baby
feel a little
girl.
rat. You can feel a little rat crawl up to your face and poke you in the cheek.
wait, do I know if that is my familiar? Yes or no, or is it just a strange rat?
Seems like you're familiar. You don't remember summoning them, though. It seems a lot of things about your body are not in your control anymore.
No, I just had a maybe familiar, and I say, Rattington the Third, High Lord of the Rats. We are so
Squeak!
in it now.
Squeak!
So true.
True,
I
bestie, so
need-
true.
so true, bestie. Wetsy. I need to think. And am I still completely bloody because I know I didn't shower last night?
You actually woke up on your couch with your face down. You put a hand up to your face, and sure enough, it's covered in devil's blood. Your blood, to be precise.
Okay, I
You can
think
you can hear the call of the morning birds come through the window outside, and a little line of sunlight underneath your door. It must be around 10 a.m. now.
I take Rattington the Third, High Lord of the Rats, and I put him on the little table next to me. And I'm just standing up. And I'm
Squeak!
like, okay, listen to me, Rattington the Third, High Lord of the Rats. Yes, I have to say your name the entire time because it's the only thing that calms me down. I will take a shower. You will wait here, and then we'll make plans or something like that. And I go and take a shower.
Go take a shower. You don't have a shower room in your dorm specifically, so you go down the hall to the communal showers. They are immaculate as always because, of course, there's an institution run by mages. You can just cast prestidigitation when you shit on the floor. Take a quick
But
shower.
we don't do.
Do you take off your ring at any point?
I think about it, but then I don't because I know I'm scared of what I might find, so I'm just no.
The pain in your forehead has subsided, though the pain in your tailbone seems to continue. Frustrated, I presume. You go to redo your braids, put on your poncho back, and as you return to your dorms, you can find somebody is already sitting on your couch and patting Lord Rattington. Up looks none other than assistant to the Archmage, Professor Firefall, the woman from last night. In fact, for the first time in a while, she speaks to you and says, good morning. She seems to want to say something, but then thinks better of it. The Archmage has need of you, and as you know, you're not really in a position to decline right now. I'd ask you to meet me down by the vault entrance in 30 minutes. She looks at you expectantly.
Of course. Might I have my Washington dyed reds back, please? And I hold out my hands.
I never took him from you. She stops petting him, and he just kind of looks at you and gives you a questioning look.
I
Don't
take
ruin this
him
for
up.
me, dude.
No, I take him up to my face. I'm little traitor. Never do that again.
He gives you a little wink, and you get the feeling that maybe he's just this way because you raised him this way.
I thought you were on my side.
So, do we just skip forward to 30 hours later, or do you want to do something else first here?
We can skip 30 hours later. No, I don't.
No, 30 minutes! I said minutes!
Yeah, no, I think I'm just doing like the normal morning stuff, grabbing my spell book and everything. And on my way, I'm gonna eat something real quick. I'm hoping I do not meet the annoying stoner kid on the way. But yeah, otherwise, I take Washington with me.
He's in the abjuration dorm. You're in the conjuration dorm. You're usually blessed with not meeting Imperius in the morning. However, you never know what he might get into.
Yeah.
Go over to the administrative building and see. It's an eerily quiet morning. There's a little bit of dew on the grass, as you can see. Maybe Merauquas finally remembered that it's autumn. Carry on to the administrative building, and strangely enough, Professor Firefall is already waiting at the vault door. It opens by itself as you step in. In fact, every single door opens. And a vault golem, seemingly constructed from the remains of the old one, though looking a little bit more menacing, stands aside and salutes you as you pass into the main vault. What you see there is a ritual circle and Vico speaking to a strange figure. Speaking of strange figures, Flora, you wake face down in the bed in your bed in Roberto's house.
Okay. Since my bracelets are broken, I'm going to try to fix them by casting mending. Well, I'm just going to try casting mending on them and then seeing if the magic is still there.
Yeah, sure. Give me an Arcana check, please.
Okay. First, do you want me to cast mending and then check Arcana?
First Arcana.
Okay. And it's a D20 roll.
Yep. What's the intelligence modifier?
+2.
Oh, the D20 plus 2.
Oh, it's not even.
That
is a 7.
Wait,
What the hell?
that's making
From where
sound for
does the sound come from?
That was
no.
from. I forgot to mute the tab.
Dude!
That is so bad, though.
Well,
Sorry.
thank you for that,
Can we
Laura.
make all of our dice play a guitar riff every time they get rolled?
Sorry.
No, we may not.
Keeps going.
I want you to know I almost pressed the button to play the sound, by the way. But I practice self-control.
Sorry. I muted the tab
Aren't
now.
I ever so grateful? Well, in Arcana, you cast mending on it, and as you might expect, nothing happens.
No.
Braces are broken. For good, it seems. If only you knew somebody who knew something about magical items.
It's not
Oh, well.
Tom still there.
Not Tom is dead asleep on the windowsill.
For viewers
in
joining us
fact.
for the first time, not Tom is a cat. It isn't just a random
That
guy
is-
named not Tom.
So I've cast mending on them,
On the cat?
and nothing
Cast-
happened.
You cast mending on the braces and nothing happened. That's correct.
Okay.
Not Tom wakes up, stretches, and says, "Meow, Flora, did you get a new haircut? You look strange."
Like, well, yeah.
Sits on her haunches and gives you like a big look from her eyes.
I have these magic bracelets, and they kind of broke.
Ah, they broke or they were broken?
No, they got cut, and they broke. I tried fixing them, and it didn't work.
What a conundrum. Don't you know somebody with an enchanting shop?
But you're a magic cat.
I'm a cat and all cats are magical. Flora, you've been over this. She stretches once again and gives a little yawn. Ah, very well. Let me have a look at them, okay? Let's step over to the windowsill and let Notom take a look at them. She hisses at you. Says, "Oh, something strange has been done with these braces. They smell like the abyss. What have you been up to last night?"
Well, I was kind of persuaded into doing a heist, and
Into the abyss?
not to abyss. Kind of complicated.
Ah, aren't we all? Well, in this position, I would need some spell components to actually to re-enchant these bracelets, and at that point, you might as well get a professional. My specialty is abjuration, not enchantment, I'm afraid.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you noticed, but my kind isn't exactly welcomed in the city, so it's kind of needed to hide a little bit. And as I am, it's not ideal.
Ah, that's unfortunate. As you speak with the cat, of course, in your mind, you can hear a little buzzing coming from your backpack.
I pull out my little sending stone.
You pick up the sending stone and you immediately get a message from Cremitius saying, "Hello, Flora. I have finished your item. I think you will be quite pleased. You didn't show up earlier this morning, so I thought I'd send you a message. I am leaving city soon. Please come by."
If you would like to stop being notified about these calls, please stop now.
Looking at the sending stone in your hand, you get the idea that maybe you could explain the situation and have Crimley come to you.
Okay. I pick up the sending stone and I say, okay.
You don't have to worry about the word count. You can just tell me what kind of message you want to infer.
Yeah, because I want to keep it short because I know in the sending stone keep it short.
Again, you can just tell me what you want the sending stone, like, the kind of message you want to generally transfer. And we can just say that it was, like, 25 words or whatever.
Crimbly,
That's fine.
due to an incident, I am unable to come to the shop. If you could please meet me at Roberto's house, that would be greatly appreciated. Please bring my items with you. Thank you. Flora.
You immediately get a little message back being like, oh, well, but you're gonna owe me some stories before that. I don't know. You sit down in your room, the room service, the custodians of the house knock at the door several times. Every time you just kind of wave them away, being like, no, thank you. As we turn now to Stacy. Stacy, you find yourself somewhere in between slumber and wakefulness, lying face down as the others, in the big queen-sized bed that exists prepared just for you. You're still fully clothed. Tell me, do you want to stay awake and maybe explore some dreams for a moment, or do you want to get up?
I take the risk and want to explore the dreams.
Give me a charisma saving throw.
I thought so. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oof. Okay, I see. I will lose myself in the sauce.
You open your eyes for but a moment, and then immediately your head flops back down to the mattress, and you feel yourself falling and falling and falling and falling. And you spread your wings. You're now above the cloud cover. Fly for a while, and you arrive at a little clearing in a forest. Not like the jungles you're used to, more like a deciduous forest full of tall blue pine trees. And you feel yourself transforming back into a humanoid form as you walk along the forest path, looking for something familiar. When he approaches you, a tall man wearing dark armor, black hair combed over his head, a single white strain hanging in his eyes, which are pitch black, and he holds out his arms and says,
Oh, well. Finally made it here, did you, Elder Dragon?
he shoots you a smile and still has his arms open, as though expecting you to give him an embrace.
I hug him.
You realize now that you're a good bit shorter than him. He says something along the lines of, oh, have you gotten any shorter? And turns to you and says, well, are we ready?
Listen, when you have to carry like everything, you get shorter anyway.
Oh, and I never carry anything now, do I? When did you get argumentative? Weren't you like a druid?
Listen here, little shit. This is a dream and I can be what I wanna be.
As you say the word dream, it gets garbled and turns into bleam, and he gives you a very questioning look. He's like, all right, now far be it from me to question the wisdom of an elder druid. However, I think time is of the essence right now. We do have a mission to accomplish after all.
Well, let's go.
You stomp on ahead, frustrated, flustered, perhaps even a little bit of blush on your face, as Goodman shrugs and walks after you. You realize now this version, not quite as grim face as the one you're used to, the one you fought earlier. This one having a little bit more of an easy smile. He seems to be a little bit less, a little bit more relaxed as well, as he just kind of strides in after you. He talks to you about all the funny little creatures he found in the forest, about strange things that his father has said, and that his little daughter only just started to walk, which he's very proud of.
Look, gasp.
As you carry on, you come to a cave. So, the cave seems strange for you, it isn't altogether unfamiliar. You hear noises from the inside, something like iron clanking on iron. And Goodman comes to you grimly once more and says,
They're inside there now, the lunatics. Gods know what they're trying to accomplish. Well, you always like to say that you're the brains of this operation, Ash, too, so how do you want to do this?
We tread lightly and try to ambush.
Very well, then.
before your eyes he turns into a skitter and skitters on in ahead. You transform into a similar creature and you enter this cave. Now give me another charisma saving throw to stay in control.
Let's go die. Oh, come on.
Oh
Was this close
yeah,
to an
got a
18?
9. Vision kind of gets away from you as you vaguely remember infiltrating the cave, getting caught by the zealots inside, who start attacking you with a weapon made out of cast iron. You can feel the heat on your skin as they try to scorch you, though Goodman seems to bear the brunt of it. In the end, they break one of his wings. And in the end, he turns to you and says something you remember to be encouraging, if a little bit sweet. And you wake up with a start in your bed, once again face down, back in Exissa's tavern.
Stacy turns on her back, and she rubs her face, and she goes like, "Oof, this is getting more vivid by the minute." And she goes to the washing station, or like the little, is it called basin?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Yeah,
You go to the
basin.
base, look in the mirror, you can see that your face is still covered in ash from the fight in the warehouse. As long as all the road dust and dirt from the days before. You carefully, over a long time, wash all of it off. Once you're done with that, are you ready to return to the tavern?
Yes.
As you turn to the tavern, Seti, you're sitting at the bar. What are you talking to Incissa with? Seti. So Incissa turns to you and says, "Oh, that's marvelous. I didn't know you had it in you." Well, anyway, Cleone came in earlier and looked really impressed. They asked me to ask you to come back to the Citadel as soon as you're able.
Okay, good to know. I was wondering after yesterday if I was even allowed back in, but apparently
Well, of course. Apparently, you succeeded a very big mission, from what I could tell.
I mean,
Oh, what happened to your face, brother? You look terrible.
would you believe me if I told you I died yesterday?
Give me charisma check.
I'll try persuasion. That is.
Nope, just charisma. You're
I
not
think
trying
that's
to
the
convince
same.
her. You're just trying to. You're just trying to seem not dishonest.
Alright. That is an 18. Whoa.
Nice.
Ooh.
You vu?
Oh, wow. And you succeeded anyway.
That is.
I'm ashamed to admit, I must have underestimated you, brother.
That is why
You
I'm
just
surprised.
not just came back from the dead, but also succeeded.
Yeah, but
Oh, don't tell me. I know. Sanctum secrets. Oh, Stacy, good morning. Slept in a long time, haven't you? Oh gosh, you look terrible too. What happened last night?
Is Seti turned with his back to me, or do I see his face?
Sadie, what does she see?
not hiding it. So I think up first you won't notice, but until you get next to me, and then you'll see the. Well, I already had a scarred face because of the fire, but now there's an extra crack on top.
Okay, so it would be easy for me to just overlook it at first glance.
Yes, at first glance, maybe.
I
Well,
don't
it
know,
says
you
it
do
says
see that
disfiguring
there's,
you
like,
greatly, so I guess not really. Actually, no, it would be noticeable. It's greatly disfigured.
As you look at him, you take a double take, and sure enough,
No.
it is-
I
there's like an-
wanted to role play it a bit differently. That's why I asked,
Okay,
Yeah.
do I
go
see
ahead.
it up front or not? Because this will depend on how the section will start.
I guess you'll probably be approaching from behind me first, so only when you get next to me. But then you'll notice.
Perfect. Good. Because Daisy will totally ignore Inkcisor and she storms towards Sassetti and gives him a really big hug from behind. Then she turns him towards herself on his shoulders and she goes like, "You stupid snake! You can't make me care for you and then get a pile of ash. And I don't know. Please don't ever do that again." And then she looks into Sassetti's face and she goes like with a big gasp, "Oh my god. Okay. Something happened to you, but also I have to tell you something. But this we need to discuss in private."
Okay. Good news
Inkcisor
first.
looks at both of you for a moment, and then she says, "I guess I should wake up Mateo. You guys figure it out. If anyone asks, I'm in back." And she just goes in back to her own quarters.
Okay.
Are we going somewhere private?
I can... Actually, have I ever shown you my chambers? Probably not.
You mean the
My-
room chamber where you
Yes,
sleep?
exactly. The
I was gonna
cupboard.
say.
You go to the cupboard where you sleep,
So,
and you find yourself all alone. Only, except for, strangely enough, you seem to ignore the goblin that was still lying on the ground.
what?
Anti said he did not seem bothered with actually removing it.
Okay, so this is my room. That goblin wasn't there earlier? Or I must have missed
You
it.
can feel free to roll insight against deception, Stacy and setting.
Okay, I roll insight. Let's see where is
The
it.
deception, oh,
there
plus
it
3.
is.
Good.
I have a +5.
Ooh.
So we're getting 11.
Oh, crit!
Oof, okay, I see. Daisy is such a nice little bean.
Stacy, it seems to you as if somebody tried breaking into Sally's room and then died. This poor goblin.
I... Yeah.
Stacy quickly looks at the goblin and goes like, "Well, this is what happens when you break into someone's privacy. Whatever."
Okay. So we can continue to talk. We can also just say that you just somehow they just dumped the goblin into one of the rivers. Maybe that you're reporting to one of the authorities. That's up to you. How do you wish to proceed?
I'll clean this up later, don't worry about it.
Start
Yeah,
talking
good.
next
So-
to the increasingly smelly goblin.
Okay. Sassetti, you know, I was quite powerful the last couple days.
Uh-huh.
Something happened, you know, like dragons and how they procreate and stuff. And
Wait, did you
Since
say
you-
procreate?
don't worry, it's complicated. I don't
Oh.
even understand it myself. Just go with the flow. So the thing is,
Steady starts blushing profusely, which has more of a green than a red shade for him.
Congrats, do carry on.
with great power always comes great responsibility. And whenever I try to channel this power, I have the feeling I will lose a little bit of myself if I'm not cautious. Like, I know I have family. Like, we don't talk about it, but it's okay. But even though I know I have siblings, it seems like I don't even remember their faces anymore. So, I trust you. Please don't tell anyone about it, but whenever there is a decision for me to make, if I use that power or not, I need you that I can lean on you for that.
I promise that I will stay by your side as long as I am allowed to, which apparently, as I've come to learn today, is longer than I would have expected. Because I would.
How do you look when you say that, Seti? What kind of expression is on your face?
Slightly worried, introspective.
A rare face for Seti, indeed. You can tell that something changed about her more than just the crack, Stacy. You can feel like that the pool of Seti's being has gotten a little deeper.
Daisy looks Seti deep into his eyes, and she goes like, "Something changed about you, but I'm not quite sure yet what."
Beside of my face, I don't know either at the moment. I also don't understand. I do remember, in case you have troubles with remembering, I still have a potion that could help in case there is a memory you really want to keep. We can try the potion of remembering to preserve it.
This is good to know, but for now, I think it's okay. I mean, it's a little bit disturbing because for so long, I always knew where I came from. But also, probably this is just how it has to be at the end, whenever this end will be.
Why don't both of you give me an inside check and then we move on from this?
I wanted to end with Stacy. Did you know I had a wife?
You can end with that, but please also give me an inside check.
Yes. 17.
Nice.
Pretty average for you.
I only have a +3, so.
You're pretty smart. You're a
No
smart
way.
dude.
Oh,
Oh, do I have to roll as well?
yes.
Yes, please.
Sorry.
Both of you.
Boom!
Nice.
Those
Nat 20,
crits
by the way.
happening. Second crit
So
in
with
the
a
same
critical-
combat. In the same chat.
We have
Love
a
is a
combat,
battlefield,
don't
I've
worry.
been told.
I hugged you.
So, Seti, you learned something about Stacy today, which is that all this time she's been kind of weird and standoffish, mixed sometimes with dark moments of companionship and love. You can see that maybe the conflict inside of her is a little bit more literal than you thought in the beginning. And you feel like you have an appreciation for that is very deep, because you relate to that yourself. Stacy, you learn about Sally first of all that he had a wife once, which kind of rings the same bell for you as finding out that Goodman must have had a family at some point before he became whatever he is now. You also learn that perhaps in dying, Seti has finally unleashed something that he's been maybe he's been released off some shackles that have been holding him down all this entire time. And much like you totally turning to a dragon, you can see that this transformation for Seti might be a good thing or a bad thing. You both realize that the greatest asset, as per usual, is each other.
Aww.
So cute.
So, with that being said, we turn now to Flory. Flory, you're now in Roberta's house. One of the nannies knocks on the door and announces that a strange little cat man has arrived who wanted to speak to you specifically. She also asks if you want a cup of tea.
Before we do that, quick question. You said, that in, like, the sending zone that I missed him earlier.
No, he was just commenting on how he was expecting you to come earlier. Because by
Yeah,
the time you
'cause-
came to, it was already 10 a.m.
Yeah, because I was just going to say, because, Flora trances for 4 hours.
You
So,
do, but this
yeah.
was some kind of magic that the Archmage used on you,
Yeah.
which made you,
Good.
which basically knocked you out.
Yeah, because it just said in like the notes last session it was like put into a trance or sleep. So I thought it was going to just be 4 hours.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, carrying on.
I just wanted to ask that.
You can hear somebody knock on your door. You can hear the familiar voice of Cramisha saying like, hello? Flora? You alright? Can I come in?
Not exactly, but you can come in.
Crumbly
And I
enters,
kind of like
and
slowly open the door just to like kind of let him in.
he turns himself into basically like a sheet of paper, and he just slips through. Of course, he's not that big. It's not that hard for him. He comes in, takes a good look at you with your wings out and antenna out, and he says, "Oh, shakapor. What happened? What happened to your braces?"
They broke.
He gives you a questioning look. Oh, well, let me have a look at you. He puts down a little backpack by your desk, takes up each of your braces and gesticulates for a moment, casts chants a little spell, and you can see the split up like sinews and leather strips start mending, and actually the little embroidery and like etching on the braces becomes a little bit more intricate, a little bit more beautiful now. He hands them back to you, and you can feel that the magic is restored.
All right. Well, I'm glad I could unbreak them in that case. Oh dear. You can't help but get into trouble, can you?
More like trouble tends to find me.
Oh, in my experience,
He looks very weary when he says this.
there's not much of a difference between those two. Well, I suppose I can ask you for a story now that I've done you this favor too. Unless you first want to take a look at the item I procured for you.
I do kind of want to look at the item.
Right. All right. He pulls out a nice suit of padded armor, lays it out in front of you. You can tell it's made from tanned leather. I'm just going to put it into Roll20 chat.
It's like, oh, there you go. It took me a little while. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night in between packing up my boxes and enchanting this little thing for you. That being said, I think you'll find it quite useful, especially since, well, you're about to become a wanderer, same as me, in a few hours. Ah, shame you couldn't see my shop. You could have met the new shop owner. It was interesting how fast I could find a new owner. Yeah. You can try it on when you please. Of course, now I would like to ask for my payment.
Before he does that, I'll have Flora say like, how based off what happened last time I told you a story, how can I trust you with telling you more stories?
Well, that is simply a matter of courtesy, don't you think? A story for an item, a story for a story for another item. Of course, I can take another item of yours if you like.
It's just that I have concerns of, because the story I told you about my love. And when the Lady Inquisitor found out, it put her in danger. She's already in danger. And I do not want that risk again. And
He gives you a very offended look for a moment, says,
Excuse me? I would like to see you not break one under the torture of a professional torturer of fairies. What did you expect me to do? After all, it was only common courtesy that you gave me something. Neither of us could know that this would happen, and I will look over your little faux pas here if you just tell me what kind of payment you prefer. I can take an item of yours, that's fine.
I don't think I really have any other.
he points at the other magical items in the vicinity. He points like at your bow, at both of your swords, at the little crow idol that you have. It's like,
I'm definitely not giving up my crow idol.
I save one just subscribed.
Very well.
and he begins to pack up the armor. He begins to pack the armor up.
In that case, I can let you mull over it if you like.
I'll give him my other short sword.
Ah, yes. Regular city smith steel. I'll take it. Now that's for the armor. I'm rather curious how you got your braces slit. I will take that story as payment, if you don't mind. For repairing them, that is.
You wanna know how I got my bracers broken?
Well, yes. Kind of everything that happened after you left last night. Quite interested. How trouble seems to, he gives you a little grin, find you over and over again, as you say.
Alright. That seems like a fair story to tell. And
Okay, out of character, Danny, do you just what do you want to tell him? Rather, how much do you tell him? How about you think this over while we turn back to another character?
yeah.
Alright. We turn now to the vault. Tamara, you and Yosa approach Vico standing over the strange figure. You see one of the creatures come back, the taller one, with an almost equally as tall creature, Omni. As Xiomara approaches you, you can see this elven-looking creature wearing equally fine robes as everyone else. Well, I guess kind of a poncho in this case.
A fine poncho.
Fine poncho.
The finest.
As you come to, you can see Eclipse has not stopped glowing at any point.
So to add a little bit of color here, my sword Eclipse, it is a sentient sword, forged by my mother, goddess of the moon, Selen. And whenever it is
Not
not
technically
in sword
forged by your mother, I don't
she put she pushed the domino that caused it to be made. Let my mother have some credit, okay? Listen.
She's the moon!
What do you mean? Let her have some credit!
Yeah! The moon deserves respect! Everyone talks, you know? You leave her alone. Take her name out of your gut. Okay, no. So whenever Eclipse is not in sword mode, Eclipse is also turns into at the base of the sword there is a blue orb. When it goes out of sword form, it floats about in this orb. Upon which, if you stare at it, you can in fact see a face through the little fog inside the orb.
Moon's Homes just subscribed.
Eclipse has not stopped glowing. Eclipse has the capability of glowing when there are demons nearby.
When there are fiends nearby. Fiends, aberrations,
What?
and undead, I think was the specification.
What's the difference?
So much.
A little bit. Either way,
A little bit. Yeah, it is demons,
Nico,
undead, and No, it's just demons, undead, and aberrations. Unless
oh,
copied
right,
it
yeah.
wrong.
Well, in that case, let us just return to the scene.
Yeah. Yes.
You can see a little floating orb, or what appears to be like blue amber, floating around this weird, strange creature. You can see this small humanoid, glowing blue eyes, mottled obsidian skin, long matted black hair. How do you look at Xiomara as they approach you?
So, first they question, Dungeon Mother.
Yeah.
Before Shamara arrived here, for how long was I in conversation with Vico? Was it a matter of minutes, or was it a substantial amount of time?
It was about half an hour.
Okay, perfect.
They've mostly just been telling you about like basic Moroccan politics,
Yeah,
like where you are.
I wanted to completely summarize the whole. Okay, so how many years has it been? You know, what the hell is indoor plumbing? What do you mean
yeah.
there are what the hell's a goblin? Because I have not been around here in the longest time. I will say, for the sake of the viewers, that most of this politics stuff flew right off the top of my head. You know, the little people from the mortal realm concerned about their little people concerns. You know, oh, so and so is in power, and so wants to take over, and so
Did you
is
call
eating
short?
fingers. I could call them short people. Okay, listen. Are you calling me short? How
You're
dare
a short
you?
motherfucker and nobody likes
How
you.
No, I'm
dare
now
you?
the shortest character.
I believe we are the same height. I believe we are both
Quiet!
160 centimeters.
Quiet!
Uh,
Order! We shall have order. Anyway, Maxi, yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So I wanted to establish that. So when Xiomara walks in, I see yet another example of these mortal plane people, so obsessed with their little machinations. I will say at this point, going through Omni's head right now is there are demons nearby, but more important above everything is I need to get in contact with my mother and my people, because by the conversation I've had with Vico, has a very academic interest in me, which it kind of turns me off a little bit. Let's be entirely honest.
Vico has been nothing but kind to you, but you do feel like a little bit of condescension.
Yeah, I'm getting that feel, I am most certainly. I want to readjust, see how things have been. Last time I heard, my mother was mourning the death of one of their siblings. So I would very much like to hear about the armies of heaven, and how our campaign has been going. But for now, I will simply just play along. So as Xiomara walks in, and who is this?
Xiomara, you see the strange creature look at you and say, who's this?
I
How
don't
do you step
answer.
into the room, Xiomara? How do you look at them? Xiomara, okay, I assume you turn immediately to your master and you give them a questioning look, like, what the fuck is this?
Don't say it like that. No. First of all, when the when the little golem saluted to me, I did a salute back because I enjoy my comrades. And no, I step inside and I just very quickly scan over the entire room, like who is standing where, and I look very, very questioningly towards this character in front of me that I've never seen before. And
Okay,
then I just look at Vico like, what the fuck?
What you can see is, the vault is entirely empty of people, except for maybe some conserved mummified parts of weird creatures that are like on display here. Yoza is right behind you, carrying, almost as always, a tray with some kind of with a little parcel on it. Vico is kneeling next to the creature and giving you a look that can be best described as academic enthusiasm. And they give a hushed look over to Yoza, who nods. The vault door closes, as you can hear, with a loud clank. As Vico says,
Ah, yes. Well, this will be our first exercise, my student. Today we are going to learn something about elemental alignment. What you can see here is, Omni, usually known as Oneros, the third-born child of the moon goddess Selen. I assume you're familiar with the pantheon. So I thought lost for the longest time, and as it happens, I've found them. Now, I believe that there will be elemental in the mission to come, and I think you can use the opportunity to study them. Whatever you might be able to glean from their strange mind. At the same time, they will be able to protect you.
Okay.
I just realized there's like a triangle of weird non-binary people just having a regular non-binary conversation over
Tag
there.
yourself. Tag
This
yourself.
is every meeting I have with my friends ever. It's just...
Ah, yes, this strange little creature.
Yeah.
Us when we talk about Loki. Okay.
Very well.
No. I just cross my arms and I look at Rico. I'm like, study them. They are a person, are they not? Why should I study them?
Where's your anthropological drive? I know your focus is in conjuration, but I believe there's much to be learned just by being in their presence. I've already found their manner of speaking quite illuminating. That being said, it is also a bit of a safety measure.
Vico flicks her hand, and Omni, you can feel your body start to writhe, and Eclipse floats over to Vico's hand and rests in it and starts kind of. You can see the little life form inside starting to toil against the shell of the orb. You know what this weapon was made for? You can see the orb now once again turns into a long, beautiful katana, apparently made out of pure moonlight.
This was made for slaying our kind, Xiomara. I trust you know what I mean by that.
Our kind.
They give you a very tired look. You know. As Eclipse starts burning their hand from the inside, they let go of it. Turns back into an orb and starts once again floating around. Omni, you stop writhing for a moment.
Surely they mean wizards with our kind.
You can hear Yosa give a little sigh. She doesn't really speak that often, but even she seems to be like, girl!
No, I'm not about to be like, oh yes, of course, our kind. Fiends in front of the person that was made to kill fiends. I am not that stupid.
Don't worry now, student. Omni will be quite harmless against you, after all.
The soldier turns to your hand, Omni, and you feel a strong urge to kill the fiend who's just revealed itself.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. I definitely do. I'm ready to make his shoulders a little lighter. But
their shoulders, and yeah,
their
go
shoulders.
ahead.
Forgive me.
Give me an attack roll.
Oh no. I didn't say I was attacking. I'm ready.
So you just stand up.
You know, one question first and foremost. When Xiomara and Vico were talking, were they speaking in common or were they speaking in a different language?
Speaking common.
Okay, perfect. Now, it is such a disrespectful thing to just simply grab Eclipse like that. It is not just a mere. Sorry, this is not in character, but I'm gonna get in character now.
This is your internal monologue.
Yeah, it's internal monologue, and internally Eclipse is just like fucking kill him. But nonetheless, I know I was, I guess, the leader of the armies of heaven. my death, even a temporary one, again, another session of sleep would be a detriment to my people. And the moon is adept at hiding its faces. So I would like to deceive the Dungeon Mother. I would like to deceive this so-called Vico into believing that I am perfectly okay with this plan at hand. I will, of course, serve as bodyguard to this here Xiomara while they enjoy my company. May I attempt that roll?
Give me a deception check at disadvantage.
At disadvantage, okay. That would be I am in fact proficient in deception. That is a d20 plus 7. I will do it at disadvantage, of course. So never mind. Let me do that. Boop boop. Disadvantage and roll. 19.
Oh, I believe that you won't attack me, but I think my student needs a more practical demonstration.
You can see their strange amber eyes, which the irises as well as the pupils are pure amber. They turn a deep ruby red for a moment, and please give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no, not that. Okay, it's fine. It's just a +1. It's fine. You know, +1 is
Hello, Whiz Gang.
Effie had all the wisdom. 14.
sure-
Dungeon Mother.
You sure did. You can feel something in your body shift as you grab Eclipse, and you actually go to attack the Archmage. However, something strange happens. As soon as Eclipse meets their neck, it gets stuck. Can't move. And Vico gently prising Eclipse from their throat, which keels over almost immediately. Gestures over to you, Sumar, and says,
See, the thing about Omni is they didn't realize that the longer you stare into the abyss, the more it stares back into you. Once the leader of Heaven's army itself, now they are merely a sword fighter. And they can't kill me any more than they can kill you. For one, the demonic they've ingested have made them a bit of a demon themselves. And demons cannot harm me. And when things cannot harm me, they cannot harm you either. That is, as long as you stay in my service.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, okay.
We have many enemies, Samara. Some of them just happen to be of our blood. I
would
believe you'll
say,
find Omni extremely useful in dealing with those.
thank you. Honestly, that is all I can say to that right now. I think I don't have as many enemies as you do, but a little bit more protection is always appreciated, even though it is under questionable circumstances and ethics.
Omni,
the Archmage turns to you now, Omni.
that was a very good swing.
Not good enough.
Unfortunately, no. I assume you heard all of the order just said. I'm sorry to say that.
Yeah, I may be a
There's-
little rusty, but I'm not
The
deaf.
blood of Selen is running thin these days, even in you, her third-born child.
You do not know that.
I've seen it.
Nonetheless, let your student study me and know that the blood of my mother burns bright, like the moon in full.
You can hear Eclipse growling in your head. Vico says,
Actually, I have a little bit of a task for you. While Simara keeps an eye on you here, you are to keep 2 eyes on them, and if they ever try to betray me,
they gesture at Eclipse. And then they look over to you against Simar and say, insurances, you understand.
Touche. Okay. I should have suspected something like that.
Oh, this is much easier than just turning you into 20 odd demon blood samples. I could have used those, mind you, but I think the way you are right now is a much more useful. Very well. Your task for the time being is to keep fulfilling your quest for the prince. You will be joined by Vico as per usual. They will be your personal assistant as well as your bodyguard until you decide that your life is not as useful as your personal demands. That being said, Yoza will give you a parcel, Omni. This will help you adjust to the world out there. I also hope that Xiomara will take some time to introduce you to this small world in a more practical manner, as much as I love talking to you. Very well, you may go. And they just said both of you to leave the vault. Yoza regards both of you with a curious look. And you're free to depart.
So, how far away do we get from the vault before we start talking shit?
Oh, I would say immediately outdoors. The door doesn't even close behind us.
You do realize that Yoza, their assistant, is still following you.
For all is your master ever so pleasant?
Don't call him that. That was a unforeseen circumstances that happened in my life just a short time ago that I'm not very pleased with. But if you mean that he is totally not trustworthy and that's sorry, I haven't even written down that they are totally not trustworthy and very inconsiderate of everybody around them, then yes.
Lovely.
Yoza turns to look at both of you especially, Omni, and hands you the tray that she was carrying.
Are you parched? We were talking.
I could probably summon you a glass of water.
Oh, the both of you seem to find yourself extremely important so much so that you can merely respect one of the most powerful mages in this continent. Let me assure you that there are layers to this that not even I am privy to, and I'm privy to a lot.
Like an onion.
Now we must not. We need not be enemies. Good Omni. Here, take this. You will find some clothes, hopefully to your liking, a little map of the city, and I've already booked an appointment with the city census office. I would request Xiomara lead you there. And if you have any more questions, feel free to ask them to me. You can see also that they've handed you a key. Omni, you would identify this as a dorm key. Xiomara.
Oh my god, are we dorm mates? Oh my god.
They've given Omni...
Wait, same dorm? Same room? No way.
Not same room, the room over.
Okay.
You are dorm neighbors now. Alright, Xiomara.
Oh my god.
You and Omni get ready to meet up with the rest of the city to kind of get through the list. Maxi, what I've written down for Omni in terms of the clothing that Yoza just handed to you. Let me just see here.
Yeah, let me open this loot box. What's in it? It's a bunch of commons! There's supposed to be a rare in every pack.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Next pack.
All right. Vico dismisses Omni, Sio, and Yoza as they turn to Johnny at the vault. Yoza hands Omni their plain cotton clothes consisting of a blouse, street coat, a sash, and tunic, and sturdy riding boots. That is what you get for now. You can also please add to your inventory a check for 5,000 gold pieces at the Royal Treasury, and case to the room next to Sio's in the dormitories. Finally, also receive a small pocketbook containing a guide to the city, and Yoza recommends that you visit the census office in Las Argalas. Okay, we've gotten through all of that. With that, Yoza gives you a strange questioning look and turns back, goes to her offices.
So
Let me just say, Yosa has been nothing but nice to you, and you immediately dunked on her.
now, listen.
I don't.
I'm not.
Hey,
Out of
hey.
character. She's giving me cop energy. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, and also you
She's
put
giving me
two
cop
black
energy. I'm
bitches
sorry.
together. Like, what did you suspect?
What I
I was
expect is that we move on from the scene right now, unless both of you had something extremely important to say.
I let us just
Oh.
say I although maybe Vico intended to threaten me, I do still remember that this is the mortal realm. Ants making a big deal out of their hills. I'm not particularly threatened. I will find a way to kill them. And this person here, though they may be a demon, demons easily betray their own kind. They seem nice. I must say that I immediately feel a sense of camaraderie with this here, Xiomara.
Thank
Well,
you.
isn't that convenient?
I will tell Omni the story about how I'm fake married, but I will not say that it is a fake marriage. I will say I will play it out as being straight up married.
Wait, you
Omni,
had a
you learned the
straight
story.
marriage?
You learned the story of how Xiomara and their party explored a long-forgotten underground city where they met a strange half-corporeal creature who gifted them a ring. Though the way they frame it, it was very romantic, and they were they have in fact been married for many years since. Even though
Yes.
the way they tell it seems like it's only been a couple of days. It's a little
A
bit
great
contradictory.
proposal.
But I think it's a fine story nonetheless.
To believe
Right.
in romance is inherently to believe in the concept of order. True demons do not believe in romance. They do not believe in life in general at all.
Well,
Give me an Arcana check there, Omni, please.
Oh yeah, let's go, baby. I'm dumb, but Omni's stupid.
Oh my
I mean,
god.
I am
Intelligent,
ignoring
Arcana. You know,
everything
just
that has to do
a
with
straight
demons.
20.
So
Incoming, nat 20.
Ooh, go on.
14.
That was a full
also
thing.
not bad.
Yes, there's a bit of a delay on it, but yes, you can see the roll.
You remember the tiny creature that you met in the scorched fields of Regilius? Looking at you with eyes demonic in nature, but human in temperament. Starting to wonder what divides the line between human and demon, if there is a line at all. You
There
remember
is.
also that something that the behemoth told you, which is that law is merely an expression of chaos that got the order wrong. Something thereabouts. Very well. Now, with that being said, we turn now back to Sadie and Stacy down in the Scaly Citadel. Before we went into break, Omni and Theo had bonded over their mutual hate of Archmage Vico Hamau, also known as the Demon Vico. And apparently Yosa, who is just there. They've been given the quest to be shown to. Xiomara has been given the quest to show Omni around the city before the end of the day, when they all have to come to the grounds of the Artificers Guild to board an airship. Before that, you should also see the census office, of course. Omni, you have just received 5,000 gold. You can clothe yourself however you like. If you want, at the end of the session, you can describe to me what your character looks like.
Omni just walking around in their same goddamn dirty ass clothes.
Yeah, you just put the blouse, you ripped it up, and now you're wearing it as a bandana, you fucking degenerate.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely.
I'm trying to find... Ah, yeah.
I love the idea of it's my first day back from 1,000-year slumber. Time to go to the DMV and get my social security number.
That is so Germany coded.
You turn now to the Scaly Citadel. Seti, you've been summoned here. For once, you don't feel like delaying when being called upon by the matriarch. And she welcomes you once again with 3 open arms. Looking, for the first time, you can tell, genuinely delighted to see you. Says, "Ah, my favorite son has returned. You can see some one tea that stand around scowling at her at that, and she chuckles a little bit and says, "Very well. Don't take it too hard, but what you pulled off last night was quite the feat. Well done."
Thank you. I am surprised, though, that I have been considered successful.
How do you mean? Came back to me shortly after and delivered the lambs directly into my hand. Then you said that your other party members couldn't make it, or being too exhausted. She indicates you with one of her hands, Stacy. And turned to go sleep at your sister's inn, as far as I understand.
Ah, yes. Now I remember. My bad.
Give me a deception check.
Yep, true.
You do not remember that! You
I'm about to say, as far as I know, that didn't even happen. I died and then I woke up in my room. As far as I know, that didn't even happen. 6. Damn it.
Are you quite alright? Maybe the heist took a little bit more out of you. I can see there's a big scar across your face. Are you sure you weren't hit in the head? Do you need some other healers to look at you?
That is kind, but I feel that rest is what I need. Unless,
Very well.
my queen, you have another assignment.
Just the one. She snaps one of her hands, and Clearnear appears and bows deeply before you. Your initiation is still open. Of course, we can take care of that when you return from your quest for the prince. Or we can take care of it before tonight. You have to depart.
If possible, I would like to take care of this before my departure.
Then we best start now. The initiation is a lengthy process. I'm sorry, Stacy. Your help and friendship has not gone unnoticed in these days. She nods her head toward you, Stacy, in deep respect. You can also extend my gratitude to the rest of your party. I will have to take care. I will have to demand Sadie's attention for the rest of the day, I'm afraid.
Stacy kind of tilts her head to one side and goes like, well, okay. And she looks towards the Seti and tries to mimic if it's okay that she leaves or if she should stay at his side.
I mimic that it's fine to go, but while mimicking, I whisper to Stacy, always. Hoping that she will understand what I mean.
Very good. Very cute. So, Stacy, I'm guessing that means you're free to go now. We can pick up with Sadie's initiation a little bit later, because it's going to take a lot of talking from me.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
That being said, we now return to Flora, I believe.
Yes.
Before Crimley heads out, having just given you this armor, he sits down at the desk patiently and waits for your story. I assume you tell him about the heist, that you were supposed to steal something, not specifying exactly what it was, and that in a scuffle, it's not the word.
Kerfuffle? No.
I mean,
Well,
I have
kerfuffle.
it planned out if you want me to, quickly, do, a summary.
Yeah, give me like a rundown.
So, I was called to the Scaly's Kingdom, where we came up with a plan to go on a heist to get, the blue lamp.
You tell him specifically about the blue lamp.
I mean, I don't see like what the harm is. It's like telling him about the blue lamp.
Okay, carry on.
And I made a deal with one of my party members that to use like the disguise bracelet and offer to like help progress the heist. And like and so we got through the in part of the heist. I used the disguise bracelet, and later on when we were trying to get the blue lamp, there was a bit of a scuffle, and
Scuffle, that's the word, thank you.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
And I ended up getting paralyzed and getting them broken. It didn't seem like anyone saw my true form, but they still ended up broken, and I got sent back here. And that's how it happened.
Crimbly nods for a while, stroking his capped chin. Says, "Wow. Hmm. Well, I will not believe. I believe," and he starts counting on his. I think I still owe you a story, don't I? It's hard to keep track of. Well, if you're gonna ask me, you better ask now, because I'm about to leave this city.
How did you get banished from the Feyrealm?
Well, bit of a long story. You're familiar with the Queen of the Winter Court, are you? Queen Conifera. She's a brilliant mage, you see. A wizard of great renown. Only, it seems, much greater renown than we thought. I used to work for an organization called the Chamber of Chronicles. You haven't heard of that one because they've tried their best to erase the memory of it. We used to attempt to chronicle the history of our court. Only we were stopped when we discovered too much. Unfortunately, one of my fellow scholars was accused of attempting a murder on Queen Conifera. Ever since then, we've been banished. That is, 2 of us have been banished. The third of us is a little bit more complicated than that. The Winter Court is a cesspool of political intrigue, backstabbing, and, dare I say it, fake friends. But alas, I do not regret those days. I made the right choices and I faced the consequences for them, even if I would have preferred different consequences. Now I live here on the prime material plane and I get to meet such wonderful people as yourself.
Or was it a little more complicated for the third person?
He used to be the king of the Winter Court. There are many connections. They couldn't just remove him, it seemed. He was allowed to stay within the Feywild, just not participate in public relations. I wonder what he's doing nowadays. I assume you haven't heard of him either. He's not the kind of person you would talk about in polite company. In fact, he was not polite company. He was very rude.
Well,
If I may give you one last piece of sage advice. To be paid in kind or not, I don't mind. If you ever return, or rather when you return to the Feywild, stay clear of the weird asses.
I shall make a note
the
of
following
that.
way. WYRD.
I shall make a note of it.
He says, and takes up his things and waves you and gives you a curt wave before turning to leave.
You see Flora like just scribble in her little notebook.
Furiously. Not Tom, still sleeping on the windowsill, looks at you over-irritated for a moment before falling back asleep. Yeah, and here I knew you would. I knew you would. You too, Maxie.
I was to say, I'm not the first.
Yeah. Very well. That being said, party. You now enter into one last day of downtime. I'm gonna say it is about 11 a.m. You have until 2021 or 9 p.m. Which is about 10 hours to do any kind of things you would still like to finish in the city of Merauquas before you depart at the end of the day on an airship. So I'm just gonna go around the table and say, Omni and Sio, you're still together. What are you doing?
What are we doing? What aren't we doing?
Well, at this, I feel like Sio is because I'm the bodyguard. I should be like walking ahead of Sio, but I feel Sio is the one who's leading me around, and it's just like, and this here, this is the county building. You have to go get your number there, and this here's the textile store. I'm not trying to mock your voice, by the way. Sorry, I was just.
No, I
just became posh, okay? Whenever I'm doing a character who's fancy, I just become posh, okay? And I'm not particularly interested in walking into the DMV. I would like to envision how our relationship changes and shifts and what we talked about. I actually don't know if Omni's ready to like buy brand new clothes. We'll figure that out later. But I'm mostly interested in seeing how we
You were given a
interact.
satchel of clothes, including the things listed earlier.
Yeah, but they're like mortal plane clothes. It's like
Ugh, disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
Well, as it happens,
What's
Yomara, you've recently been asked to recommend a shop to your friends.
Yes.
oh my!
I
Are you
am
getting
called
kickbacks from this?
Sons.
Oh my god! Are you getting commissions for this?
I'm getting customer points for
Oh my
taking you
God.
there. I have like a little card and they stamp up when I bring a new person, and after like 10 stamps I get like a sale.
That's right. The stream is brought to you by Goblinscaped. Go to goblinscaped.com/bigboom.
Also,
I
don't.
think you're really. Yes.
I will say, don't forget that we get flyer miles when we step on the airship.
I do want to say I want you to understand where Omni is emotionally right now. Okay, like they've been fighting demons for like 3,000 years before jumping for another 1,000 years. All my siblings are dead. My mother's been mourning in forever. I fought enough demons now where I'm becoming a demon myself. What? Was I the baddie the whole time? Don't worry about that. I'm not thinking about that. That's going in the back shelf for a long while. I'm down in the realm with the little people, the people I used to look up from above in heaven, and it's just like, look at their little houses, look how far they come. They used to have mud houses. Look at them. They have money. It's not like it's not like star rubies.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. Omni, please give me an insight check.
What check, please?
For what?
Insight.
Sure thing. Let me just real quickly. That is a -1. So there you go. D20 -1. I'm stupid. That's an 8, mother.
Thank you. With an 8 insight check. Ooh. I'm so exhausted already.
Of my shit? No, you're in for a
You
long
look
while.
around, look at the houses around you. Merauquas, the city, pearl of the sea, seems to be built like a singular tower. Reminding you somehow of the arcane spires that the old civilization used to build. Of course, you saw that old civilization go to smithereens when the demons invaded.
Yeah, they
Well, of course,
kept
around the
building
time
them
that
up,
you
higher and higher until they kept toppling down, and it's
You
just
can see that
it makes it sad, but
society seems to be on the same way again, once again building up to the sky, though there definitely seems to be some kind of decline You're not entirely sure whether the decline was due to the demons or you destroying everything around the demons, trying to get to them.
No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I think there were more demons underneath that pile of demons. Because I'm looking around. There's snake people. There's goblins. I don't know where the hell this came from. There is cat people walking around. This Yamara person over here is part demon somehow, and I'm thinking. There's probably demons here somewhere. Their influence is affecting this world. It is the call to the abyss. But even so, I want a moment today where I get to just talk to Xiomara like one-on-one and figure out their motivations and stuff. Whether I can trust them or put them on my Death Note list of people to take out later. But for now, like I'm looking in, there is, I am an inherently lawful person, and I look at this world and I'm like, it's the cycle of life, spring into summer, into autumn, into winter, and back again. It looks like the end of the world, but so does every winter. Oh, and by the way, Omni's walking around with a bit of a detachment because they feel like they're in Disneyland right now. I'm like, oh my god, look, this is like, it's so picturesque, It's so picturesque.
You
and
would
so
not
my problem.
You're not so caught up in your own self-gratitude. You will not catch it, however, Xiomara, you definitely catch a few stray looks coming over to your companion. Wondering if maybe you should do something about their strange appearance.
Yeah,
Then again,
I think.
what do you care?
Is it a makeover
I mean,
time?
yes,
Wait, hold
really.
up.
Truly, what do I care? But also, I kind of want to flow under the radar of like the city guard and gossip at the moment, as I believe there's been quite a lot of gossip of my father dying. So I just stop Omni like in a little corner and I look them up and down and I like look at where they keep the clothing that they have been gifted, and I think I know that that's not their style. Like it is common clothing, like peasant clothing almost for me.
Primark clothing, oh no.
Like Shein, but fantasy Shein. And I just go, I think you have better taste than that. Do you want something that would make you actually fit in our party, not that you have to accompany me?
Omni looks you up and down, and you are wearing you're wearing all these, they are fancier clothes. Of course, it pales in comparison to what the fashion was up in the heavens. I recognize that as your.
Before you say that,
there
was no need for clothes in Elysium because Celestials feel no shame.
Ooh.
We're butt ass
okay.
naked up there, dude.
No, okay, no.
It was filled with weird asses.
You do not understand. I meant clothes in the style of the way a person carries themselves, the accessories they wear, the strands of moon spider webs which they weave through their hair.
With all due respect, Maxi, bullshitting is my job at this table.
No, but I like bullshitting. All right, it's fine. Okay, yeah. So Xiomara is wearing clothes. I find that weird. Xiomara's looking me up and down, and I'm like, please don't undress me with your eyes. It's a little bit disrespectful.
Holy shit.
And I think to myself, I'm still weak. I can tell I'm still weak. I am not at my full strength. I open up my status menu. It says level 5. Yeah, I need at least 15 more levels if I want to once again destroy all the demons in hell. Which are probably underneath this goddamn city. When in the land of the mortals do as they do. Fine. If I must dress to be your bodyguard, then I shall wear the clothes of your people. Take me to this tailor or clothes maker.
Okay, I'm gonna cut you off right there. Stacy, what are you doing?
Stacy has to pick up her necklace.
She does. And it feels like there was an and there, a comma maybe.
Yes.
But
I was thinking about maybe getting a new weapon, but probably in Merauquas there won't be anything suitable for a druid. So yeah.
You do know that the Winter Dragon Circle is pretty nearby. Maybe that could help you equip yourself a little better. That being said, the black markets down in the Undercity probably have anything you might ask for. You find yourself walking out the exit of Snake's Nest to the Undercity into the Hearth, which is where the hard-working people live. You could take an air gondola up or down wherever your fancy feet might fancily take you. I'm gonna leave that up to you.
So the jeweler is in Las Arcadas, right?
Las Arcadas, yes.
Okay. So potentially, would I have the time to go to the Winter Circle and then to Las Arcadas, or is there like only time to be around Merauquas?
That depends. Do silver wormlings have a flying speed?
Ooh, I have not checked.
We're checking both at the same time to see who can find it first. Okay, D&D Beyond is once again loading. Very long.
A
Oh, my
flying
internet does
speed
not
of
love
60
me.
feet.
There you go. With your flying speed, you get to the walls of the city and sneakily fly over to the Dragon Circle. What you could also do is just come back to Las Arcadas. Las Arcadas is a little bit closer right now, so the ideal route for you to save time would be go pick up your jewelry, go to the Dragon Circle, and then come back to spend like another 3 to 4 hours in the city, doing maybe picking up some food, maybe checking in on SETI, and then at the end of the day, you would already have to be at the Artificers Guild.
That sounds
sound good?
Yep. Yeah, I'd like to do that
Perfect.
route.
For the first time, I believe, you actually use your dragon wings outside of a dream.
That's
Little
correctly.
But before that, you go back to what was the shop called?
Oh no, I don't know either. I have not written that down.
You go to the jewelry shop with a weirdly classist gnome lady inside.
The Bed Bath of Beyond.
This time, Stacy goes directly to the little sink and wash her hands.
She notes that and says, "Ah, good lady, I see you're back, and just in time. I've only just finished your necklace."
Perfect. Without any further ado, Pellegro comes out with the little satchel full of gold, and Stacy just plumps the rest of the missing gold onto the table, and she's like, "Ah," and then chips out another extra gold and says, "For your excellent service."
She gives you a little bit of a sheepish look and says, yes, thank you, and have a very nice adventure. Yes, haha. See you soon. You can detract, I believe, 400 gold pieces. Was it?
401 gold piece.
101 gold pieces. You remove those from your inventory, and you add a necklace of mending, which just has the same effect as the gem of mending. I can just add that later when I do the session notes. But yeah.
Don't worry, I
Grab
have
that.
the gem of mending still in my inventory, so
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah. That's great. You can just use the effect. I believe that was once a day. You can just restore a bunch of spell slots, right?
Where do I have it?
A little bit confusingly named. Maybe I can come up with a better name.
Here.
Well, there's pearls on your person. Ooh.
Yeah, there's also pearl.
Yes.
The pearl was just made into a necklace.
Yes.
Well, ain't that convenient. You once again come upon the very handsome pale man who basically bumps into you and is like, "Oh, terribly sorry. Oh, did you finally get that necklace of yours? Very good. That woman can be a little bit of a handful, can't she?" He gives you like a fox-like smile.
Oh well, I know how those people are. I like to pretend I don't know the customs. It's fine.
He chuckles at this and is like,
So you're out of the city too, are you?
Yeah, we can call it like that.
Oh yeah, we can call it like that. I prefer that too. You wouldn't be happening to be going outside the city. I must admit, I'm a little afraid of going on my own. I was wondering whether you might be able to let me accompany you.
This is a little bit out of character right now. On the one hand, I'd like to go with this guy go with me, but on the other hand, Daisy is so suspicious of guys.
There's only
Okay.
one
Especially
guy.
the tall- especially
So
tall,
Stacy-
white, handsome ones, right?
Mm.
Well,
I
you
mean,
turn him down, I
as-
suppose.
Stacy raises an eyebrow and says like, how do you come to the conclusion that I'd like to have company?
Well, you had company. You had company yesterday, and now you're all alone. You don't seem particularly happy about that. Then again, humans. Oh, sorry. The local customs seem a little strange to me, so pardon me if I misread.
For a small second, Stacy loses like her face and she thinks of Flora because of the custom things and humans. And
Yep.
now she's getting a little bit curious and says, what is your business outside the city?
No, don't tell anyone about this, but you seem like a very trustworthy person. I was looking to talk to some druids. I've heard they have a circle nearby.
Do you really have to come with me, or can I just deliver some messages?
Oh no, I'm afraid I'll get quite lost. See, I have the orientation sense of a blind pigeon.
You do not know what a pigeon is. You have never seen a pigeon.
Okay, then Stacy tilts her head again in confusion, like she always does. She's like, okay, whatever that is. Then she sighs. I can only take you with me if you swear by whatever is holy to you that you will not tell anyone about what will happen.
He puts a finger to his lips and he says,
I swear by Mother Gaia.
Stacy nods. That's the best swear you could have done.
right, so you and the weirdo, you step outside, you make your way slowly down to the city's outer walls, and once you're out of sight, surrounded by the woodland that surrounds you, do you turn to a dragon and take flight?
I take the risk, and yes, I exactly do that.
You can see he looks a little sheepish. He goes,
Well,
you can see his long, beautiful cape turns into two pairs of moth-like wings, and he takes after you. Quite sure whether there's like some kind of polymorph or something, but at this point, what haven't you seen? A strange man follows after you, and you... Yes?
Stacy remembers the very first day she met Flora, that something similar happened.
Indeed. This time, he doesn't seem to be hiding it from you, just from everyone else. You arrive at the Winter Circle once more. You can find it is a little less turmoil. There are no longer death shoggoths lying around everywhere. Step inside, there's a large burly man who greets you and says, you're Ashling's apprentice, right? Who's that friend you brought there?
Stacy now realizes that she never asked the man how what his name is, and turns back to him a little bit shy and a little bit dumbfounded. Yeah, I never asked how I should call you, with a little wink, with a little notch. So, what shall we call you?
He has since turned back into like a regular tall elf, and he goes,
Oh, my mother's called me Love Bites.
and he stares blankly as if it's the most normal thing he's ever said. But what kind of person is called Love Bites? Anyway,
Exactly.
the druid gives you a blank stare for a moment and says,
Oh, all right, lovey. You can step inside. Stacy, what do you need? Actually, Siobhan is rather busy right now.
Well, actually, I still have like just my apprentice spare. I was looking to exchange it for something more juicy.
Is it? I mean, I can give you like a bag of carrot juice if you like. We grow them ourselves.
Oh, I forgot you don't understand jokes. I was looking for new stuffs, or yeah, I don't know. I'd like to look into the arsenal.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you've been outside the circus for very long, but
he pretends to be obtuse for a moment. Then at some point, you can see the tall wizard give a little bit a wave of his hand, and suddenly he's really nice. He shows you to like the supply cache that the druids have here. It's a little bit meager, of course. The Winter Dragon Circle unfortunately has been failing for a while. You do find a very nice quarter staff +2. You can just add that.
Yeah,
to inventory.
and I exchange it for the spare, and also I have a spare leather armor which I will leave in the chest because I know the Winter Circle is quite short on supplies, and also what do I have? Oh yeah, cheese. I have cheese. I will also give 5 wheels of Saint-Jardin Jack.
Of Sanjay Jack. Very good. As soon as you do that, you can see somebody has ball shaped into a rabbit and takes care of the cheese. The druids look at you very kindly as you leave such a generous donation. You can see Siobhan has since come out of the inner citadel. She looks just so tired. You didn't even know people could have such deep eye bags. And there she stands, this very like tall, lanky, furbolg woman with long auburn hair. Her eyes seem a little darker than before. That is, besides the eye bags. And she's talking. She's in deep conversation with the Fey wizard you brought with you, and they seem to be talking in Sylvan. Do you listen?
Oh,
in?
which I can understand now.
That's right. That's right. They seem to be talking about how the circle is faring. The man shaking his head every time Siobhan talked about how many druids they lost. And finally he says,
you know, I could make the arrangements. It wouldn't even be that much of a hassle for me.
and Siobhan shakes her head and says, no, they have to deal with it on their own. There's no way. If we can't handle ourselves, we can't really help anyone else, can we now? She seems a little frustrated at this and says,
Can you at least tell me, have you seen the drow? It's very important that I find her. She's got something that is very important to the hunt, and if I do not return it, I fear for, well, mostly my honor.
and Siobhan gives him a very confused look and says, well, unfortunately, we specialize here in giving life, not preserving honor. You might try your luck once again in the city, or if you're feeling adventurous, you might talk to the spirits. And he looks a little frustrated at that. He turns to you, Stacy, and he gives you a questioning thumbs up.
Daisy gives a confused nod, so like it seems like she didn't understand anything, but since it was a thumbs up, she thinks it's something good.
Siobhan, the two step over, and the man seems eager to go. As Siobhan turns to you and says, "Ah, well. Hello, Stacy. I wish once again we could meet under happier circumstances, but it is what it is. Fate. Is there any more we can do for you, child?"
Daisy makes a thinking face and looks up in the sky and goes like, "No, I think right now I should be fine. Have you seen Nashtu lately?"
I was about to ask you the same. She said she was going to find you about some matter or another. Of course, as you may know, I've already given her vacation for an indefinite amount of time.
Yeah, I heard about that. She told me. I was quite surprised when she visited me. Why did you give her a vacation?
As I've told your handsome friend over here, we need to learn to stand on our own two feet. We can't really help the land around us if we cannot help ourselves. So I figured we might start by seeing to it that we develop skills of our own, instead of just relying on the Grand Mastress or dragon. Besides, she could really use the attention. That dragon was so overworked, you have no idea.
Daisy mumbles, "Oh, okay. Do not rely too much on Nashtu's power. Not.
Nod, nod. The three of you stand in a circle and all nod, and Lovebite says,
Alright, I'm ready to go now. If you've concluded your business, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you to lead me back to the city. I am as lost as a mole without whiskers.
"You have something of an idea what a mole is."
Yeah, it's Daisy's like, "Oh, what now? I thought like a blind pig, whatever." Yeah,
Siobhan
don't
chimes in and
worry.
says, "Pigeon, they've been extinct here for many centuries."
Yes, of course. I'm sorry. I just feel nostalgic about the old days. I wasn't alive to see.
He looks at you very suspiciously. You begin to think that the reason he didn't say as much before was that maybe he can't really control what comes out of his mouth. Then again, he seems to be rather sympathetic towards you.
Daisy grabs Lovebug, right? Lovebug was it.
Lovebites.
Lovebite by the arm and just carries him out and is like, "Okay, bye. Thank you for your hospitality. We gotta go. See ya."
Juice.
Sylvana keep you. Siobhan calls after you. And you leave the Muted Dragon Saga behind. Anything urgent you want to do in that situation, Stacy? Otherwise, I would just move on.
No, it would just transform back and then go back to Merauquas.
Very good. Flora, you've got a whole day ahead of you.
Firstly, I'm going to put my bracelets back on.
Yep.
And put on my usual old disguises again.
Yep. Turn into a regular local elf girl.
Yep. And then I want to talk to Not Tom some more.
Now, you know it's a nice day outside. You can
Yes.
go talk to your friends.
Well,
I'm just a cat.
a magical cat.
All
Who
cats are magical. We put over this.
Yes, but you're a very special, knowledgeable magic cat. And
Knowledgeable is relative. Very well. What's up? Spill it. Spill the beans. Spill the beans, Stormborn. Spill them.
I never told you my last name.
Haven't you? I forgot what you haven't told me. As she says spill the beans, she turns on her back and shows you her beans.
I pull out Vecna.
Vanna, yeah.
Was it Vanna? Oh.
It's
I
Vanna,
got
short for Vanagan, the Dread Wolf.
Okay. I got confused. I have been watching too many D&D stuff. I pull out Venna. Believe you might be familiar with this sword.
Well, yes, it's a Goodman's sword. I saw you took it from him during the fight. But I didn't see you take it.
Yes. Well, I took it from him, and I have been told that attuning to it will lose some of my essence. I think that's the word.
Very well. Well, yes, some people eat their own fingers just to make their hands fit into a glove, you know?
And I have debated whether I should attune to it, especially considering I'm not exactly a swords person since I am more into archery, and I would like to hear your thoughts on the matter.
Well, as I said, some people have eaten off their fingers. I don't know why my accent changed to not somehow. Some people have eaten off their fingers just to make them fit a glove, and I don't know. Do you think your fingers are tasty?
Not really,
Well, then leave the damn thing. Bury it somewhere. Throw it into the sea. Goodman isn't going to use it.
but it
In
is
fact, he might
very...
come back for it. And you didn't let me chase after him, I will remind you.
I didn't want to make more enemies, and I was already a wanted criminal. It didn't seem like the best idea at the time.
Laura, I have the feeling if you weren't a criminal, you wouldn't want to be wanted. So I may be shooting in the dark here. Not that I know anything about shooting, that's your job, huh?
Yes.
So, what you're trying to tell me is that you've been waffling about this here sword for a while. We're not even really able to use it. Then why keep it?
Because it's a powerful magical item, and people have been suggesting perhaps to use it.
Well then attune to the damn thing, why don't you? Put yourself out of that misery. Bite off your fingers. Go on.
I just worry about
Now Tom
the
seems to be
cost.
increasingly tired.
I just worry about the costs of doing so. There's no turning back once you do it.
Look into my eyes, what do you see?
Void.
Correct? Same void, in fact, that was in the eyes of Goodman. Now, Goodman, you may have been a murderous freak, but I'm pretty okay, I think. Sometimes you have to lose things to gain things, and maybe gaining things was worth it in the end. But I don't know. I'm just a cat.
A magical cat.
We keep running in circles here, Flora. Okay, why didn't you just toss a coin?
Hey. Heads or tails?
Heads, you throw it in the sea. Alright, give me a d6 roll, please.
Oh, you want me to...
Let's just say,
I thought we were going to flip a coin. I was getting ready to flip a coin.
let's do it in game. Let's just say evens is heads. Okay, yeah. Toss it into the sea, according to that coin.
Yeah, it's back!
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah!
I have that tab muted, luckily. Very
Should
well.
we throw it into the sea or should we sell it?
You know what? That's your problem. She proved into the cloud of black smoke.
Okay.
I'm probably looking for a different place to nap in.
Sasuke.
Okay, so I've decided I will not attune to the sword, and I am going to go try to find Exile because they promised they would teach me about local customs.
Alright, give me a survival check.
Survival
Find
check.
just to pick up the track on this wizard.
Yes.
Ah yes, the wizard tracks. They walk weird. They always seem to be waltzing.
And it's a D20, right?
Correct.
Wait, I thought
Yeah!
16.
I muted it and it still keeps playing. How?
Oh my fucking god. This
Why?
session is
I
so
muted the
cursed.
tab. I
I also-
muted.
Is it coming through
Everyone
the
else needs to
plugin?
mute the tab also. Oh my fuck.
It's coming from inside the
Also
Discord
on
call.
D&D
I
Beyond,
muted
where it
the site. I
plays the
muted
sound,
the tab.
and
It's
probably Roll20 and DD dies. So mute like all the tabs.
Alright, I'm just gonna say it takes you about an hour to catch up with Shimara and Omni. We can resolve what that union looks what that meet cute looks like. We've dealt with Stacy, who is now back in Vietnam. And I think after a short break we're gonna be picking up with Seti.
Hey.
Yay!
Seti, you find yourself back in the Scaly Citadel. Stacy has just left, and you're surrounded on all sides by a bunch of operatives. One particular one sticks out to you. You can see she's a pure blood like you. Wearing deep dark cloak over like some kind of scale armor, and she has like a very plain face,
Yeah.
like regular brown curly hair, the same like yellow split pupil eyes, and she approaches you and offers you a bow and then a hand, and she says, "Ah, brother, I've been wondering where the next initiation takes place. You may not know of me, I am High Priestess Zizzle."
I have definitely heard of you. You are
You've totally heard of her.
famous.
As we established last session, she was one of the few pure bloods who made it very high into the sanctum.
So like,
She's so high ranking, in fact, that she's like the only rank that really comes close to Ishel's rank.
if I also
Because
remember
it's the
from the
matriarch.
notes, she was not seen for a long time.
Yeah, it seems she was out of town for a while, and she's come back just in time for your initiation ritual.
It is.
You take a hand, I
an
suppose?
Yes, it is an honor to meet you. If I may be so bold.
She grabs your hand a little too tightly. Says, strong hands, I see. You'd be very useful. She looks a little distracted at that. You can see there's a small bruise on her on her right cheekbone. Almost not noticeable. And she turns to Itul and gives her approval, as you are once again transported down into the inner citadel, the Sanctum of Phidia, I believe I called it in my notes. Once again, you find yourself in a large organic chamber grown from abyssal marble. In the middle, a pedestal, and on the pedestal, that familiar accursed lamp. You didn't realize that the sheer size of the room was kind of to cancel out the blue light. It would be all-consuming if not the room were so big. On the far walls, it seems barely like a blue stain. Whereas the closer you get to it, it seems to be absorbing all other light except for the blue, turning everything blue as well. You can see the flame inside has calmed down a bit. Little more than a smoke trail, of course. The smoke trail for this lamp is still very bright. And this will ask you to take off your robes. as they seem to prepare a ritual.
I comply. And I start taking off
Comply.
my robes. I think I start up top. So that...
Start up top.
Yeah, start with taking off the robes and the bandages on my body, showing definite places of still damage of fire on my body.
Those around can see your very lean, muscular snake body, very humanoid in most places, with with patches of scales on your golden greenish hue. Many burn scars, as you mentioned, that have only slightly healed over the years, and one new scar, a crack down the chest, going over your throat, your chin, and all the way across your face. You have burned and suffered for this organization, as you would for anyone. In the entire life of SETI, you realize now, it's never quite been about SETI. For better and for worse. And it all bids quiet come over the room. Of course, it wasn't very loud to begin with, as all the snake folk quiet down and start to prostrate themselves in front of the pedestal. The blue lamp shining brightly. Now the little sizzle inside finally turns into a proper flame. It all bids you kneel down in front of the lamp, and you do. And she takes the prism that took you here, the one that she uses to summon, the one that she used to cast the spell to transport people down here into the vault, and she presents it to the congregation. Before you can react, stabs it into the middle of your chest, right into the cleft that has just appeared.
Ooh.
You let out a short gasp. But the strangest thing happened. Instead of dying, the lamp just starts growing brighter and brighter. Till everything goes dark. It's like a sudden snuffing of the flame. And out of nowhere, you suddenly hear the rattling of a massive snake. It must be a truly massive body moving around you, moving around the congregation. Probably the size of like an elder dragon itself. And a deep voice, like the breaking of a mountain or the crashing of waves, speaks in abyssal and says,
Ah, matriarch, you have brought me another most faithful.
Matriarch responds something, but you can't quite hear it. Something to the confirmation of the creature's demands. And it continues saying,
You were once the shame of my temple, and now you stand before it, asking for redemption. Tell me, Seti, do you deserve redemption?
All my life will be a path towards redemption. I think I'll never deserve it, but I'll keep fighting constantly, day in, day out, to get closer
Then,
to what redemption could be.
like all my new disciples, you are a fool, for redemption is not taken, and I shall give it, if you give me your soul.
realization dawns on you, Seti, that this transaction, it seems like you didn't come with any cash.
Well, I have spare change still in my body in the form of a goblin.
That's right. Do you offer the goblin?
I do.
I will warn you, the player, that there will be consequences for sacrificing the soul of another.
I mean, I have two options. Either I sacrifice the soul, or no. I will tell the truth. I am
You will tell.
no longer with a soul. if I understand what happened correctly.
The giant creature gives a groan, and the walls around you start to shake.
Then redemption has already been claimed for you. Very well, child. I do not know what I can...
You can hear murmuring around you. It seems that in all these years of initiations, nothing has ever happened like that.
What a delicious conundrum. You're an abomination, Seti, even to such as us. Perhaps I should simply devour thee and be... But sooner I would see where the story leads.
You can feel the prison being removed from your chest. Once again, you give a short gasp.
Very well. I will take that which you have taken as thine own. Think of it as a long time investment.
You can feel the soul of the goblin being removed from your body. You're no longer soul charged.
I am excited to see where you can...
And as the flame slowly turns back on, you can see that indeed a massive snake has coiled around you. A massive head inclined down towards just above Ittle and the lamp. 3 massive golden eyes. You.
Very excited indeed.
And the snake begins to turn translucent, as if it were just a dream of Fata Morgana. And the lamp turns back into, and the light inside the lamp turns back into a smoke trail. The initiation is complete.
Now that
Yes.
I'm no longer soul
Yeah.
charged, do I feel different inside?
Definitely diminished. Then again, a vessel is meant to carry things. That is, to be filled with them, but also to be emptied of them eventually. A goblin soul is not the best soul, probably, especially if it was such a meager one as you found in your room. Perhaps this will give you the space to fill it with something more, with something bigger, maybe even more deserving. As the congregation rises, the murmuring continuing, it all gives you a disturbed look, which, for a creature such as herself, that is quite the feat. In fact, 3 different feats that I gave you at once, but whatever.
Technically 5, because I'm adding all the marks also as feats.
Holy shit.
All those strange eons are also feats.
Well, with strange eons, even death may die, and you've certainly outlived death, so congratulations on that. But Zuzzle comes over and raises up your hand and says, "All hail the ears of the matriarch! Hail!" And they all start hailing you. You kind of start associating this point, being like, oh, what the hell was all that? If you want, you can give me an insight check or any other kind of check you feel is appropriate at this point. Just to kind of feel out where you stand in this.
Yes, inside. D20 plus 3. Oh!
Max,
Ah, yeah.
It's pretty good.
20.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Net 20.
you remember back to something your master Gage told you about how forces beyond your ken have already planned out something for you. It seemed no matter how hard you tried, you couldn't have possibly failed this. In the end, you didn't just satisfy the matriarch, you also satisfied Vico. Somehow, and you're not even quite sure how, and you're wondering whether... Is this right? Shouldn't you be in control? What can you control, really? With your newfound intelligence, you realize... Maybe the gods are not my friends after all. And yes, just to confirm your suspicions, the giant snake was in fact an avatar of Merauquas, the
Yes,
demon lord of snakes.
I figured as much. I stand before
Very
an
well.
avatar of the god, and I was like, "Hey, soulless baby, I have nothing to give."
Yeah, sorry about a cat, but and Merauquas was like, oh dang it. Dang damn it. Very cool.
No
Very,
fake
very
soul
cool.
nuggets.
You get a point of inspiration, obviously,
I still
for
had
standing
one.
your ground.
I think I
Well,
still had
fuck
one.
you get another! Jeez! Oh
Woo!
no, you can only have
It's
one
stats.
inspiration at once. Yes.
You're double inspired.
This is now Baldur's Gate. You can have more inspiration than one.
It is like Baldur's Gate, yeah. I think I actually state that in the table rules.
I know. It's
Yes.
just like
Yeah.
my other brain is still accumulating to that fact.
Well, there you go.
I'm not sure if you're fully done because there was something I wanted to do after the.
No, obviously, go ahead. Go ahead.
Now that I have become the ears of the matriarch, I wanted to request a private audience with the matriarch and the eyes of the matriarch.
Once the initiation is done, which also included you being bathed in a vat of snake venom. That was somehow not even the strangest thing that happened to you today. You can handle that pretty well. I think you had like a paper cut on your like your left palm that hurt a little bit, but it's fine. You're a snake. Besides, I believe part of life as an illusion is that you're immune to poison and you actually heal from poison damage. So
No,
cool.
that's just. I was already immune to poison just because of being a Huan Ti. I'm immune to necrotic as life is an illusion.
Yeah, but life as an illusion also makes you heal from poison damage.
Yeah, true. I heal from it. Yeah, that's true.
So you had a little paper cut in your left hand, some poison got in it, and whoa! The paper cut closed. Isn't that neat? Where was I? You stand in a private office, like a repurposed pump chamber, alone with Cleane and Itel. You stand there, still pretty much naked. They've since given you some, like a long skirt you can wear around like a waist, like the bottom part of a robe.
I can't just put on my operative robes on back again.
Well, no, you're wearing like
ceremonial robes.
celebration
Yeah.
robes. Exactly.
Yeah.
And they wait for you expectantly.
I have gained some information which I feel I should bring forward to your matriarch. And I have
The magic.
asked Cleane to be here to bear witness as the eyes, so that I am seen to be speaking the truth to you.
Very well.
Yesterday, as confirmed during the ritual, I presume now, I died.
You died so hard that you lost your soul, it seems.
Yes,
Then how are you speaking to me, Seti?
the Archmage brought me back. And either they brought me back incorrectly, or they brought me back via a grand design, so that I was to present myself now to Merauquas soulless.
You went along with it to the point that you brought us the lamp yourself.
Which I do not remember doing. Hence, why I believe this is all the Archmage's design.
Interesting. You can rest assured that we'll keep every single eye that we can spare on this lamp. The Archmage can try all they want to get it back from us. Either way, you performed your quest most admirably. As now the ears of the matriarch, I would expect you to, well, confide in me in what you've heard, especially in regards to our new friend, questionable ally, the Archmage.
This is why I have
As-
brought you this information.
Very good. She gives you a long, wry smile. If that is all, you are dismissed, Seti.
There is
You have a
a
long
second
journey ahead of you.
piece of information I wish to share with you.
Go
For
ahead.
years, I have been the shame of this community because of what happened. When I died, I was visited by spirits very important in my life. And instead of seeing her, I saw my mother. And I am absolutely positive that she meant more to me, that Meska meant more to me than my mother ever did. Therefore, this needs further investigation, but I have come to believe that Meska might still be alive.
Itul gives you an unamused look and says, "It is I who decides what requires more investigation and what doesn't. For the purposes of this operation, Mesga has died 17 years ago. However, if you perform this quest as admirably as you did the last one, if you support the prince in his foolish machination, I could be convinced to support you in your own endeavors. One
Thank-
hand washes another, as the surface dwellers say.
Thank you, my queen. As the ears, I am at your service.
Well, keep them open." She dismisses you with a bored gesture. Cleone follows you outside, whereas the Matrix stays inside. And they pull you up into a big hug.
Surprising.
You are one dense motherfucker.
I hugged Liani back. I know. But I've seemed to have come back stronger. A bit smarter even. Certainly wiser.
Oh, no. My friend, I believe you've become more dense than ever. Very well. I'll be delighted to see Meska back. I've missed her myself, I have to admit.
I must warn you, I have no proof, no certainty. I only have intuition and experience to rely on. I'd say this not to get your hopes up too easily, because if it is true, then Meska has faked her death for reasons unknown to me and you. And those reasons worry me.
There's only one way forward in this mystery.
A wise man once told me, truth is where you find it.
They nod sagely, and they escort you out of the sewers wherever you want to go. Is there anything else you would like to do at the scene? Hello, Tabasco. Or Yanto, which one of you?
Tabasco is
That was
indeed
one of them.
meowing loudly.
Alright. Incredible.
I think
Well, if there's nothing else,
I wanna find Stacy and tell her about what happened.
Grant! Now, the five of you, you have each time for one more interaction, and then it's off to the races. I think we're just gonna pick up where we left off with Omni and Xiomara.
Yeah.
Um, Okay, we are in Xiomara, the shop that Xiomara talked to me about. We
Yes, Wascal
spent.
and Sons.
Yes.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
I walk out wearing this. It is in chat. I
Huh?
had to be. I also had to be convinced into the whole underwear thing. It feels like a scam. Why are you buying a set of clothes under your regular clothes? It feels a little bit silly to me. But anyway, Shamar helped me with all of that.
Is Flora catch up
You just
with
do
them
that
yet?
right now?
Huh?
One moment.
Yeah.
You just. You,
No,
Holy
well,
shit!
I drew over
Holy
the old.
shit, dude!
I drew over the old drawing, okay, and I was looking up references, okay. Don't get excited.
Maxie's drawing their character. I'm drawing only rats. I think this is a very good outcome.
My
Also,
character is a rat.
also the whole this socks is amazing. Sorry, I'm gonna show this on the stream. This is
Yeah.
this is made in like what 30 minutes?
I have an entire page of new red sketches since we started after the break. That I will also send in later. So
Yeah, can we hold auditions for Rattington?
I love Reddington
He
so
should be voiced.
much.
He should be a voiced character. He should say more than just squeak.
I am constantly amazed with how many creative people I've come to know in via Siska. This is amazing that you did this in half an hour. Holy scheisse.
Well, that being said, you walk out of Wascal and Sons. We're approaching like 15, not 15, 17, 5 p.m. You walk out into the street and you see a familiar elven ranger approach you, Xiomara. Flora, you see Xiomara, the person you're looking for, accompanied by this very short, very grim-looking person with mottled obsidian skin and bright, piercing blue eyes. Flora, how do you react to seeing Omni?
I'd probably be like a little surprised, be like, who's this? Like, hey, Simya. Who's
Like
your
raising your
new
eyebrows a little.
companion?
Who's this tiny freak? Yeah,
Be that rude.
I don't know. I
I'd
don't
be
know Flora's
nice.
thoughts.
How tall
Omni,
is
you
Flora?
see,
Who's that tall
Omni, you
freak?
see, Flora, you've since put on your new armor, have you?
Yeah.
See a fully decked out elven ranger, striding towards you with a flowing green cape, with a very, like, neutral but, like, attentive expression on her face. She seems to be looking for Xiomara, then she spots you and gives you a questioning look. You've received a couple of those today, you can tell, though. Not that I think you'd care very much about what mortals think about you.
Well, I'm getting close to Xiomara. Yeah, Xiomara is pleasant, not like that person back at the vault. Fuck that person.
I'm
Not
so
Vico, the other
nice.
one. The other one. Is this a friend of yours? They seem to be walking towards us.
That's a close friend of mine. Do not attack them, except for when it's funny. No,
Mortals are
I
so
wave,
strange.
I wave towards Flora and like beckon them closer. I'm like, hey,
Flora comes closer.
it is good that you have found me. May I present to you, Omni, our new party member? I believe so, since they have to follow me around.
Greetings.
I imagine Omni just nods at this. Like it's the most normal thing. I have to not follow them around. No explanation needed.
Yeah, I'm the other leash. So what's it like here in the city? Your name?
You can call me Flora. What do you go
Flora.
by?
I go by Omni.
Any pronouns that I should refer you to by?
Any and all.
Okay.
I'll take them all!
I'll take.
I'll take your entire stock!
I'll take your pronouns as well.
Omni looks uncomfortable in these clothes. Like feels uncomfortable in these clothes. They're just like, it's just holding me down. But anyways,
how about you give me a charisma saving throw?
Oh my. Oh, let's. I am very charismatic. I'll have you know that. Okay.
This is just to see how comfortable you can
I
make
am
yourself look.
I am also proficient in charisma saving throws. Okay, so that's a +7, baby.
Give me the fucking dice, dude! Stop waffling! Huh?
Dude. 24.
Oh yeah, nice.
Omni has
Internally,
this.
I'm suffering.
Yeah. Omni has the strong vibe of somebody who's being so brave about it. What? Everything. You see a bit of yourself in Omni, Flora. They seem like much like yourself. Sorry. They seem like somebody who's a little bit out of their place, but just dealing with it head on.
I see. So you're a bit of a newcomer to Maracas.
I am. Yamara, you mentioned
Yes.
a party. Is there another assignment besides the one that the Archmaid planted on you? And me?
Well, we have to go to a different place with other people for the prince. And as I am going, you are going. So, are you okay with heights?
Yeah, I'm from a place pretty high up. Heights don't bother me.
Okay, you could say it never bothered you. Anyway.
You take 60 psychic damage.
Deserved.
And I'm dead.
Alright,
Well, I'll probably
let me
take
just
half
get
it
him out
anyway.
real quick. Alright.
No.
Okay, alright,
Don't do
okay.
it, no.
Anyway, Samara, I was hoping you still remember our agreement.
Of course, yes. It was helping you fit in, be more normal, so to speak. Even though I don't know why you would want me for this assignment, but I can try my best.
I thought you were a local here.
I am.
And I am not a local, so I thought you were the best option.
I will try my best. What exactly do you want to learn from this? What do you want to know about?
I want to learn how to barter.
Barter. Well, let's try learning by doing, I believe. Is there any shop around that looks really, really easy to barter in?
Are you planning another
Let me take a
heist?
look.
You're asking
No.
a person who's new to this place. You tell me.
No, I think they were asking me.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
You see about 5
Perception
shops.
check.
You can see the jeweler that you can see a jeweler that will be the same that Stacy just went to. You can see the supply shop that he just went to. A art supply shop, a florist. You see a bunch of shops. You see like 15. You're like on a shopping hour.
Flora, let us take the art supply shop, and I would love to see first how you would barter on your own. Just try to get some high quality paints for a little bit of a cheaper price. And then I can see how I can help you.
Okay.
Great. You step inside the store. You walk up to the paint seller. You can see it's this hunched over blue dragonborn person, and they're like, "Oh yeah, these cerulean shades. Yeah, that's gonna be 500 gold pieces." And even you know that it's a little bit steep for a little bit of oil paint. Why don't you give me a persuasion check to bring it down?
Okay. So that's a d20. Let me
20
scroll
plus
back.
charisma plus wisdom for you.
And
Plus
that's a
proficiency, I believe.
I know which one is my persuasion check.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's a 16.
It's... From where is it coming? Because it's coming from my own PC, it seems.
Yeah, same.
You gotta go to Firefox to the DDD tab that you have open, or Chrome,
Yeah,
I guess.
I thought I muted that
And
tab.
mute it!
Yeah, no, I have every tab muted that I have open.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't believe you. Anyway, the shopkeep says... Shopkeep says,
Yeah, no, sweetheart. It's gotta be 500 or you can get the fuck out of my shop, kid.
That seems a bit high for just some simple oil paints.
he gets really offended as you say that. Imara, this may be the time to step in.
Yeah, I'm sliding up to Flora and I'm like leaning on the counter a little bit. You know how cool people do that.
Okay, give me what kind of check you want to do and tell me what you say.
What kind of check I want to do? Oh fuck.
You want to try a little intimidate?
What is intimidation? Charisma?
What do you mean what's intimidation? Intimidation is when you intimidate people.
Whoa. Wait, let me think. Sorry.
Someone needs intimidating. I draw my
Very
sword.
first roll I have to make. I am not. Where is my no, intimidation is so shit. Let's take persuasion. That's way nicer.
Okay, what do you
because
say?
I just want to slide in. So,
By the way, Omni, you do not have 5,000 gold. You have 4,000 at most.
No, I have a check for 5,000. You said it.
Wait, is we slaying
You had a
the
check for
demons?
5,000 and then you went and spent money. How do you think this works, Maxi?
That's right.
Wait, yeah, this is slaying demons for millennia. You only on 4,000
These
gold?
clothes cost me 1,000 gold.
Oof.
You want to barter for it? You want to barter for it? Okay.
Eh,
Did you already give me the rolls, Yamara?
That's some very expensive.
I haven't looked at any roll.
This is like it's like Monopoly money to me. Okay, means nothing.
It's like I'm gonna buy some peasants' clothes and buy the finest suit in the town.
Okay.
Omni's in the background looking at the paint, by the way. This green paint is really interesting. Opens it up, sniffs it.
Fix it.
Oh, is
All
that
right.
arsenic?
As you
That's
leave the
lovely.
paint, as Yamara, you lean over and tell me again what you say.
Okay, I'm just letting know. I have noticed that my friend here is coming off a little bit very, very strong on you, and I know that you are a very fine gentleman, good sir. And I do believe that you have the highest quality of paint in town. I mean, I, as an artist myself, I should know what I'm talking about. You do know what you're talking about. And personally, when I look at these paints and I point at the paints, these are not the highest quality that I could get. And that, but now imagine, we are painting. And we are painting for this new art gallery that is going to open. And what if we tell them very specifically where we got those paints from? I mean, it is basically free advertisement for your store if you give us just a tiny bit of
Okay, Yamara, I'm gonna need a check, but I'm gonna need at least like one check by now. I can't just keep it. I can't just let you keep talking.
Have you heard of exposure gold?
I love. We have heard of exposure. I didn't roll because I don't see anything. Oh no, that's so
Is
bad.
that a D20 that you just rolled? That does not look like a D20 to me.
No, but I rolled. Wait.
Did you just?
That was
did you
rolled
just?
a D12.
That's a D16, by the way. Somehow.
What the fuck?
Did you just roll a Warhammer figurine?
Okay, let me just roll
Okay,
a normal
roll
D20 and then we do the +6, okay?
Could you please roll me one standard Space Marine, please?
Holy shit.
Wait, I'm sorry, okay? I'm not used to this fucking website.
None of you are getting anything this session.
You're getting the reward. It's fine.
Yeah, you Once
Why
again,
is
you
it a
rolled 1d16!
Ow!
D20 and it just doesn't do it. This is very frustrating.
Oh my god. Well,
Jesus Christ. Let me try it again.
you want to do
Give
it
me
in
a
roll 20
second.
instead? You want to
I'm
do it in roll
already
20
doing it
instead?
in roll 20. It just doesn't take over.
Well,
So this
how
is
do
a
you even-
D20.
How do
Here,
you
I
even
can roll it- I
find
can
a
roll it for you.
D16? How did that doesn't even exist?
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
can- I
Okay.
I'm
can do
looking
it.
for
I
it
can do it for you.
too.
How are you
Here, here,
I
inventing
rolled a
die?
D20. It is a 19. Okay, I did it. I
Okay,
did it.
wow.
I finished it.
Wait,
No,
no,
it's yours.
it's a
What
20.
the fuck?
Actually, yeah.
Xiomara rolled a
20.
20.
So you got a
Okay, then I got a
natural
20.
crit.
Yeah.
Plus
You
6,
got a...
so 26.
See, why don't we get guitar noises for that? Why is it for a 2 on Flora?
Because that dice doesn't have a sound.
I know
Oh,
we've
the-
only
the
been going for like
temptation.
half an hour. I need another break already. I think this is...
Sorry, but this website is so confusing to me.
Xiomara, as you start bombarding this poor man with word after word, he gets so intimidated that he just hands you the paint for free.
Perfect. Thank you, my good sir.
Omni-
I will tell them what you did for me every day from now on.
Yeah, right. Sure.
Omni, the paint, it tastes like old claims.
Huh.
That's weird.
Sorry
That
for
is
the
weird.
dog barking.
We did not hear a thing. Anyway. So, you make your way out of the shop. Xiomara, what is the hint you want to give to Flora?
Alright. You just have to talk like you know what you're talking about. We are out of the store right now. Obviously, we are not painting a grandiose painting. I don't even know if there's gonna be an art gallery in town. But just bullshit your way through. You know everything the second you're on this counter. Yes? You are the expert and they can't tell you shit. So just keep talking all the time.
Okay, Flora, please enter on your character sheet. Whenever Xiomara is within eye shot, you get advantage on all charisma checks.
Okay.
That's gonna be the mechanical through line here. As you try this out at a couple more stores and figuring out this new technique, you gain 1 tube of cerulean paint, 1 tube of amber green paint. That's for you only.
Ooh.
A glass of artisan marmalade, and just a
Artisan-
whole
Paint
skitter.
shop?
What? No, you went to multiple shops. I just said.
Ah, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Okay. Man, I was sniffing the wrong containers. Jesus.
You gain 1 megalodon tooth, and you gain just a whole skitter, just an animal that just sits on your head for a while, Flora, before it skitters off. And all it cost you was 50 gold pieces.
50 gold
That being
pieces
said-
of whose inventory?
I think since you're the one who's trying to train how to barter, it's yours, Flora.
Okay.
It would
Alright,
be a little
minus
silly. It would be a little silly to make Xiomara pay for the lesson.
Well, that being said, we now turn down to, I believe, Snake's Nest, where Stacy and Seti, you meet up again. You catch up. Seti, I imagine you tell Stacy about what happened to you,
Indeed. That's the plan.
and you actually meet a familiar not face as Azizi comes up to you. He goes,
Oh, hey, there you are.
Hey, Azizi. Didn't see you at the ceremony.
Something came up. I just talked to the matriarch. Congratulations, I suppose. It seems that I've been released from my duty to follow you around
Wait, you were
after our success.
you were
Well-
following me around?
he punches you in the shoulder. It actually hurts a lot.
Ow.
Well, I was about to say that I'm glad to see you again, but... Anyway, I do believe we have somewhere to be tonight, and I didn't want to miss it. You know, I've never been inside of an airship myself. And realizing that he's not supposed to talk as much, he immediately shuts up. Comes real quiet again. Is there anything the three of you would like to do before you, go over to the Artisans Guild?
Artisans Guild, I thought was the Artificers Guild.
Artificers Guild, yes, thank you.
I'm not sure. On my side, I feel like...
Well, you still have to find like a whole-ass child, but it's a little bit late for that.
Yeah. I think maybe on my side, the only thing I can do is go talk to Geese.
To whom? Oh, Gesh. Yes.
Gesh. I don't think he said Geese. Gesh.
Geezer. The old geezer.
Well, not really talk to, more like pay him a visit before I leave.
I assume, Stacy, you want to follow Sadie?
Yes, I have nothing to do right now, so if the Theti allows it, I would just tag along.
Definitely.
You tag, Stacy and Azizi both tag along with you, Sadie. You see Sadie, Azizi is actually carrying a large duffel bag full of what appears to be, mechanical tools, some spare parts, as well as a whole bunch of explosives. You make your way down to a, what do you call it? I didn't call it, I called it an infirmary, I think? Or the, infirmary and infiernito, say that 3 times fast.
Infirmary, Vermita,
And you
Infirmary,
Oof. Do I have the new portrait for him? Wonder, I wonder.
Remember, there was a portrait.
Was a portrait for sure. Ah, there you go.
Yes.
Gersh looks up at you from the little sick bed he's lying in, and he wanly raises one of his thick hands. He goes,
Sadie. You're still kicking, I see.
he kind of falls back with his head into the bed.
Funny.
I've lost a lot of blood, I think, but I think I'll be fine.
Funny that
How goes
you
it?
mentioned kicking it still.
Oh, haha! Very funny.
I sorta kicked the bucket yesterday.
Oh dear, am I in heaven? Have we both died? Oh, that's not how I imagined it.
No.
I thought I'd be more handsome in heaven. Oh.
It's fine, you're still as handsome as ever. I feel like I just beat
He
you.
also tries to punch your shoulder, but he doesn't even get the fist up.
I feel
very
like
well.
I've beaten you to the end.
Beat me to the punch, have you? Monk joke.
Azizi gives it a small chuckle.
Very well. It seems not even death could keep you from being a little goober. There are many strange things I've seen throughout my years. I hope one day I can reveal to you the true nature of a monk's order. Alas, it would take a lot of time out of me, and well, I'm not really in the position to talk.
You can see across the room there's like a tiefling nurse scowling at the both of you.
Rest, master. You have done
I
so
wish you a
much
lot of
already.
I wish you a lot of success, Saint City. May you not be martyred many more times. I'm not sure you can take it.
All thanks to you. And I
Thank
have
you.
friends to watch over, who watch over me. We will be fine. Do not
You
worry.
and your boys, you gotta go fuck shit up. I know it. I don't know if that was out of character. That was probably out of
Stacy,
character.
it's like, what, boys?
I've seen
Me and my boys are gonna mess you up. I gotta one. Fuck.
it has seen I have Well, at least my old me has rubbed off on you as well.
Oh, hopefully.
He falls asleep. Well, unless there's anything more you want to do, the situation.
I just
I
want to
think
give
that's
a
gonna
hug
be the
to
end.
Stacy and Azizi.
You hug your two tiny friends,
Indeed.
Stacy
and on that,
accepts the
yeah?
hug. Yeah, I accept the hug.
Very good. And on that very sweet note, we end today's session. I would like to dedicate this episode to our good friend, Loki, who of course couldn't make it to tonight's session, or in fact, won't be making it to any other session going forward. Once again, I would like to offer my love and respect for him, and I hope one day we can play with him again.
Love you, Loki.
You will be missed.
You make it sound
Yeah.
like he's dead.
No,
He fucking died! He fucking died! I'd
I
also
had
like
jokes
to...
prepared. I was ready. I thought I finally get to spend time with Loki. We never get to spend time together.
And then he dies.
And once again. And then he dies.
And then he fucking
And then
dies!
he dies.
It's okay. It's okay. My goblin who writes a car will carry on the name Azizi in his honor.
Good.
Right, so, in keeping with today's challenge, I don't think I can give it to Seti.
Oh.
I'd rather like to give it to a new player, Maxi over here. And
If
Maxi,
Maxi can
I would like to
solemnly
take a
swear
good-
if they had fun.
Yeah. What do I win? What do I win?
I believe if the rotation goes around as per usual, you can take a look at... Actually, just tell me an ability score. Anyone. Any of yours.
Oh, it's like a stat thing. I thought it was like a narrative thing today.
It can
It
be
can be
both.
anything, really.
Honestly, I forget the ability score. I would like for you, if it is possible, give me a chance, or have me interact with someone who might help me get in contact with my family and the people in heaven.
Well, that's kind of not how this works.
Oh.
No, when I say tell me an ability score, I do mean today's reward is that I increase one of your ability scores.
I mean, that's nice too.
And don't worry, you're gonna talk to the moon eventually anyway.
But I love the moon. I want it to be a heartbreak. That's what I was gonna say. Okay.
Are you playing
You
soccer?
can request that anyway, like, that has nothing to do with being rewarded. That's just part of being a fun storyteller.
Okay. Intelligence, please. I will leave my wisdom as negative because that thing.
Okay, what's your current score for intelligence?
My current intelligence is 10.
Interesting. Well, anyway, it's 12 now.
Woo!
Hey, 12 intelligence! Let's go! Join the crew.